Tuesday edition. The worst day of the year, if you ask personnel people. Also one of the most interesting days of the year. It is Final Cuts / Initial 53 to those who celebrate day edition. The Barry Alvarez show. I don't know about the host, but there's some interesting things that come out of it with Barry Alvarez, the Badgers legend edition. And speaking of legends, Evan Cohen scheduled to appear at 9:30 edition of Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course everything you need on the all-new, all-redesigned, all-free, and all-customizable, so you can put Wilde and Tausch in that first position. It is the ESPN Wisconsin app, which allows you to get everything you need from us in one easy app. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And we already have our first cut, and it is not the Packers Hall of Famer. It is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
Well, it must not be the fall of 2011, then, if that's the case. Or the summer of 2011. Who got cut?
Yeah, I was going to say, it was not at the end of... You didn't go through training camp.
No.
Unlike... and I'm not familiar... I'm not familiar with Matt Zenitz. He is a national NFL and national college football senior reporter for CBS Sports.
Sports.
And he reports on CBS Sports that the Packers are expected to release linebacker Isaiah Simmons, sources tell CBS Sports. Neither one of us are surprised by this first piece of news coming out this morning at 9:04.
So when you were all, this could be the Zach Bond of
the
G&G, and I think that was one of your keys to winning a championship, right? Sign Zach Bond or someone.
Find a Zach Bond. Yeah,
find Zach Bond. That was one of the keys to
his name's Christian Welch, as it turns out.
Your season. Yeah, Christian Welch is more consistent.
Yeah.
And it's, nothing against Isaiah Simmons. There is a reason he has not been able to figure it out, and that doesn't mean guys can't. But great talent, and he obviously is a great talent. You don't get picked top 10 and have the college career that he did without having a lot of talent. But that's the beauty of the NFL, man. And I know it's probably, I don't even know how tough of a day. I'm sure Isaiah Simmons and his group is, disappointed because this was an opportunity, I think, for him to resurrect his career. But sometimes you just can't put everything together. And it felt like Isaiah Simmons is great when you're playing in shorts and when you're doing that stuff. And then when you put pads on and you have to react and you have to kind of put everything together, it just never seemed to – he never really seemed to be able to figure that out. And you shouldn't be surprised by that, but I think we can be disappointed that, you're kind of hoping it was a Zach Bond type situation where he was just miscast or he wasn't utilized in the right way. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case if your guy from CBS Sports.
Zenitz. Yeah.
Matt Zenitz. Do we think at some point college football is going to be like the pros where they're cutting guys before they have like NIL payments? It's just that just popped into my head. I hope that doesn't happen, but I'm thinking it probably will.
Again, for those that are, I don't know, listening for the first time, what we do here is Tausch has a thought and we go with it. And 96 times out of 100, I would say, it's worthwhile. There's occasionally where it's not, top
there's
notch.
some butters. There's some that aren't great.
That's a really good question.
Not
actually.
the Bob conversation. No,
Nah,
my
Bobs
Bobs
were fun.
yesterday were good.
Yeah, that was good.
Look, I'm not here to criticize you, but the fact that you left off Bob Harlan off your list
Pretty rough.
in favor of 2 fictional characters was not your greatest moment.
Including Billy Bob.
Yeah, Billy Bob. I just, yeah, and I said that in real time that I was
I know
wrong.
you did.
And by
I
the way,
know.
Billy, hey,
Yes, Bob.
pretty good view from the cheap seats there, Billy Bob.
Oh, I put my
doing
list
that again.
together.
You didn't do Jack. Jack the Ripper.
Or Bob. Famous
Jack London.
Jacks.
Jason, you did contribute very minimally in that segment.
I gave you Bob
mailed it in.
Johnson.
No, he mailed
and
it in.
Bob
He mailed it in.
Harlan.
We asked you for your list. You said, I don't have one.
I think next time, hey, Jesse, next time this happens and Jason decides to mail it in, call Mailman Matt for him to replace Jason. We'll say, Mailman Matt, we got old boy mailing it in. We need you.
Yeah, good one.
We need you today. Or when Jesse's going up north on a Friday at 11, we get Mailman Matt to come in for Jesse because Jesse might be mailing it in. There's occasionally, sometimes, maybe me too, but Mailman Matt needs to, I think,
Never
maybe
you.
elevate it.
No. Other than tomorrow. So here's the thing. I talked to Isaiah Simmons. It was after the Jets game and it was after the Colts game. So it was before going into the joint practice, and I asked him, and it was difficult. Because you can't just say, hey, you haven't been very good. What do you think? And so I tried to kind of find a polite way to say, it doesn't feel like things are going the way you wanted them to.
All right, let's do a little role play here. I'm
Okay.
Isaiah Simmons.
Well,
Jason,
but you don't have the quote.
Well, you can bring the quote up. I'll just be Isaiah Simmons.
Oh.
All right, let me hear the quote first.
Okay. So, because here was the, I don't want to say it was an alarm bell, and I was definitely not rooting against him because he is, you said it yesterday, potential to get you fired. He is a special athlete, but he wasn't putting it together, and they had told him when he arrived that they had a plan for him, a role for him that they had envisioned. And I got the sense in our conversation that I wasn't sure, like after the first sentence, I wasn't sure that he was appreciating that he definitely needed to do more and be better. Because this is what he said. He said, personally, I don't think it's been up to my standard. Good answer, right? That's a great first sentence.
Yeah. Yep.
I just feel like I've been thinking too much instead of just being myself. Trying to play too perfect as opposed to just playing. You know what I'm saying? And I said, yeah, I understand. I've always been my own worst critic. I will say this. People who say that, I don't know if that's always true, right? Like, if I found that there are players that'll say that, but I'm not sure they're as critical of themselves as they need to be.
Like
not
who?
saying that's the case with
Give
him.
me some names.
I'm not going to give you any names.
All right.
But there's definitely some that are crossing my mind.
Can you
at the
tell me
moment.
one?
The rhyme with.
Maybe it'll be a digi only. And I
Is he
think
a
it's
quarterback for the Steelers?
I think that's just kind of played a major part in it.
Mason Rudolph.
Being a little too hard on myself and not understanding it's football. Mistakes are going to happen. Nobody's going to play a perfect game. And just understanding mistakes are going to happen as opposed to playing to not make mistakes. Now, that's an interesting...
Nobody's nerfed. Nobody's nerfed, am I right?
I heard that yesterday. Yeah, it was... I'm going to make a T-shirt
Jason,
out of it.
I think here's the deal. I think you come in, and I can't relate to Isaiah Simmons. I can't relate to any part of that other than when you're a late pick, you feel that pressure from the jump. And it actually can almost kind of be freeing because you don't have anything to lose.
Yeah.
You can just go and play, and then you pick things up, and you can surprise people in a positive way. It's like one of our core values here, right? You want to always over-deliver. And when you're a first-round pick, and especially a top 10 pick, unless you're Lawrence Blanken-Taylor, it's hard to over-deliver, especially early. Mm-hmm. And then you start feeling that. Then you get cut, and then you start hearing, oh, this guy ain't any good. And you really want to not only prove it to yourself, but to everybody else that you are good. And when you start pressing, and I don't care what sport it is, the moment you start thinking about failure and you start thinking about the bad things that can happen, or you start thinking about how you need to go about doing your job rather than just going out and reacting, you're never going to live up to your potential. Mm-hmm. And for him, it feels like, I think he probably came in thinking he was the cat's meow or the cat's jammies.
The bee's knees.
You could insert other quote here. And at some point you find out that you're not and that you have to go through some adversity. And for a lot of guys, they haven't had to deal with that. You've been King Tut for a long time, and it's even when you're not in the right spot, you're so athletic, you can recover, you can do, and that's why some of these great players can't coach, because they don't know.
Right.
And then when you get adversity, you are so not hardened or calloused or whatever, mm-hmm. and all of a sudden now you're 27, 28 years old, and guys are like, well, we'll find somebody younger. It's a tough cycle, and I'm not sitting here saying, well, you should be feeling sorry for, or, the guy's made a bunch of money. He's had opportunity after opportunity that later round picks would only dream of getting.
Right.
But I can understand where he's coming from, and I think it's awesome. Great job getting those quotes from him because it's legit. He ain't BSing. Yeah, a BSer can see a BSer. He ain't BSing.
Right.
That's how he feels, and I think in his heart of hearts, I think he knew this day was coming.
Yeah,
that's what that quote told me.
I think so too, and I thought, he is impressive athletically and physically. There's no doubt about it. But when
Who was the guy that you guys were raving about? Whose body were you guys all up on last year? What was his name?
First of all you guys.
It was embarrassing.
Was Rich Bisaccia.
Mr. Great Body or whatever it was called.
Body beautiful.
Like creeps.
A phrase. A phrase that has been used for everyone on this panel at some point in their lives. It was Eric Wilson. And don't put that on me. That is not
Hey, let me tell you something. I wouldn't have heard about it unless you told me.
Right, but Rich Bisaccia is the one who nicknamed him, not me.
That is the weird deal, boy. All right. Yeah.
Okay, be that as it may.
Body beautiful.
Eric Wilson is a Viking. He's not a Packer anymore. But I think the release of Isaiah Simmons likely means that Christian Welch made this team. Because I think as we looked at this, it was consistency and reliability versus athleticism and potential. And unlike last year when Christian Welch, I don't remember any time that Ted or Ron or even Mike Sherman during his GM tenure ever said he deserved to be on the roster and we cut him anyway. And Christian Welch, that's exactly what he got last year. And so we will see if that turns out to be the reality this year, that he has made the 53. But
if that's the case, kudos to LaFleur and Goody, because they can now go to the Iola car show, which is good.
Do you want to give it to us?
That would have been a tough call.
I know you want to do it.
Iola, Iola. Yeah, and Jason, I think that's the part that guts at these guys, because when you bring guys in, you have a pretty good idea, like with the way the salary cap is, and I would say of the 53 spots, there's probably 40-some, low 40s are pretty much baked into the cake.
Yeah, I agree.
There's draft picks that ain't going anywhere. There's established veterans that have salaries and bonuses. So you have, 9 or 10 spots that are probably up. And you want your program to be about merit and about production. And there are some times where there's a young player that is not merited ahead of an older player. But the reality is that's the business of the NFL. And those are the ones that will leave Goody and leave LaFleur and leave everybody up there in a tenuous spot, and they don't want to go. They don't want to go down that road, but that's the reality of building a roster in today's NFL.
Tom Silverstein of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, who is Tausch's favorite beat writer, just like Dorsey Levens is my favorite former Packer that I covered. He has news on another cut. We will tell you about that coming up after Tausch tells us about, look, we can joke around, Dorsey over Tausch, Spoon over Wilde, nobody over Gina Della and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
You can take that to the bank. And for long-lasting comfort and reliability, trust Pella. Every piece specifically constructed for your home, always designed with innovation, and it is rigorously tested for quality and performance, and built to create long-term energy savings. And there is no reason to wait, because if you order by August 31st, you can get 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's 5 years of no interest payments. So don't miss out on this deal. It ends, 5 days from now, the 31st of August. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more. Certain restrictions do apply.
At the stroke of midnight, 11:59.
No, that deal, I hope. You know what? I hope every one of our fans got in. I'd love everybody to win that contest from AmFam, because
DJ Jazzy Sourdough.
Can you imagine, who would you have? Who would you have? Is you have Mike the Wedding DJ come down there and have the chef, and what a deal. What a deal that's going to be.
We will tell you who's Spoon.
I got some news to break to you, but I don't know when to do it, so I'll do it a little bit later. I got some news for you as well.
What is it?
It's big news. It's big news.
Okay, well, the piece of news.
Did they extend the deadline?
It's DJ-related news. I don't know if you've heard it yet, so significant news.
Is Jazzy Jelly going to start getting into the DJ game?
We will have Jesse reveal his big news, and I will tell you who Spoon is reporting the Packers have released next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Break down all the lines, the locks, and the long shots with a weekly wager.
They need to play better if they're actually going to be contenders. Otherwise, they're going to be the exact same team that they were last year. The bets you're making are their futures. So what the team is now is not what the team will be.
With Josh DiMaggio and Ben Brust.
I don't have a great backbone, Joshy. I just don't. You're a worm.
Tune in Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered. With fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel, Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
Grand slams and walk-offs. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon by now, what are you waiting for? Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's very own national champions. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows? Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco, Fisco, Fisco.
This summer, make 3rd Street Market Hall your one-stop, must-stop destination to eat, drink, and play. 3rd Street Market Hall has over 15 locally owned food vendors, a self-serve beer wall featuring 30 Wisconsin breweries, over 50 HD TVs, and happy hour specials all week. The perfect place to work remotely or catch a game between meetings or over lunch, 3rd Street Market Hall is your home away from home or office. Visit 3rdstreetmarkethall.com for menus, events, and more information.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
She walked up to me and she asked me to dance. I asked her her name and in a dark brown voice she said Lola.
Come on now. I was waiting for you.
Iola.
Okay.
Iola. That's pretty good that the boys can still go to this car show.
Yes,
if
great
indeed
news.
Welch makes the team.
All right, we'll get to Jesse's DJ Jazzy Jelly breaking news on the DJ realm in a moment.
I don't like what people do what Jesse did there, though. You kind of plant a seed, and then it's like, you know, let that thing germinate. Now I'm going to have all kinds of weeds in my head because I'm curious what.
Well, we're gonna put a stop to that, though. We're not going to let it, linger like the cranberries. The cut now. Bill Huber has it as well from Sports Illustrated. Taylor Elgersma has been informed of his release. Now that's not that it in no way is a surprise.
The big-armed Canadian.
He is the big-armed Canadian, yes. But there was no way he was going to be on their 53.
Is he a bigger arm than Jordan? You got a bigger arm than Love?
I don't know. They never had like a throwing contest.
Well, they throw into those bins all the time.
They do, but they all have the arm strength to get it into the bins. It's more of an accuracy thing, that exercise.
I've seen some cats that can't get it in there. So, no, they all don't, FYI.
It's true. Never mind. I'll tell that story later. So we all knew he was going to be released. He's in no way anywhere near being ready to be an NFL quarterback. But the question now is, because they're going to release Sean Clifford too. The question is, did they see enough from Taylor Elgersma that they would keep him as the 3 instead of Sean Clifford on the practice squad? That is the question to be answered today, and or tomorrow, technically. We will see if that ends up being the case.
Or is there somebody else? Is there a different quarterback that they think is more developmental and that they liked coming out that maybe got released? Or you're seeing more quarterback jockeying this this cycle than normal. Normally it's we like our guys and I think with especially with Cleveland's scenario, you have Danny DeVito or Tommy DeVito is up in New York. He's up. So he's available, and obviously he beat the G&G a couple years ago. Jameis Winston, I think, is going to be available for trade if someone wants that. the Packers are not going to be trading for any quarterback. I feel very confident in saying that. They're going to stick with 2 and then go with that third guy as a practice squad developmental guy. And I would bet it's going to be Elgersma, don't you? If you were a betting man, once you go that route?
They gave him every opportunity, and I would say that Sean Clifford did not get the same amount of opportunities, and he didn't do great with the ones.
Do we owe Homer an apology then?
Because he was such a negative Nelly on Sean Clifford?
Well, he said that it was when the scenario was, I think it was Jordan Love and Sean Clifford as the backup. Was there ever a scenario
before
where
they
the entire
last year?
The entire 2023 season, that was the scenario. Sean Clifford was the primary backup in 23.
He said that was the worst backup quarterback situation that the Packers have had. And I, of course, poo-pooed it because he was a young kid, but he never felt like everything kind of clicked for him either. So
yeah,
I'm not going to apologize to Homer on that because I still think it was a bad take, but
fair. We will see how that plays out, but I did want to say, since there are those that, since I'm not quite as effusive in my praise of Goody as often as Tausch is, Goody was ahead of the curve. He deserves a ton of credit. He went out and got a backup quarterback last year, and now you're seeing a bunch of teams doing this. He was the trendsetter last year to go out and get Malik Willis and then have him play at the level that he did. There is no, like you said yesterday, if a team called them today with a third-round pick offer for Malik Willis, I think you're right. They're saying no. I think you're right.
I agree.
All right, Jesse, give us the breaking news from the realm of the DJ Jazzy Jelly so we can move on and Tausch doesn't have weeds growing in his brain.
It's not breaking news. It did come up yesterday, but it does impact a bold prediction or statement that was made on this program.
The diesel! No!
Oh, baby, now this is some breaking news.
From the Milwaukee Brewers yesterday afternoon, due to unforeseen circumstances, DJ Diesel has canceled his post-game concert, originally planned to be held at American Family Field September 18th of 2020.
September 18th's a big date, if you boys remember. That's when we start looking at the playoffs.
Yeah, so now we're going to need a revised prediction or a revised playoff statement from Old T.
Yeah, I will have to take a look. Obviously, I see Homer is going at it with people on Twitter about this 5-game lead with 5.5 and the tiebreaker and everything else.
I hate it when he engages on Twitter. Nothing good comes from that.
It's a new spin on the loss column.
The bottom line is the loss column is huge, and the Milwaukee Brewers can't be tied with the Cubs. If they are tied, they're losing. So I don't care how you want to shake that. If you want to say it's a half a
like
game
a
or
Polaroid
whatever
picture.
it is. If both teams end up, let's say, 162, the Chicago Cubs get the bye and the win. That's the bottom line on it. The fact that the Brewers, you remember the old days when it was we would be celebrating if they finished over 500? Well, boys, they're over 500. Can't be under 500 with this season. So, yeah, we'll have to reevaluate. I'm guessing I'm going to have to push that back a little bit. I don't think, unless Milwaukee goes on a big run and the Cubbies falter, I don't think even with DJ Shaq Diesel, I probably wouldn't have been able to make that claim. I think it probably is going to be too tight. So I'll have to take a look at the schedule, Jesse, and I'll recalibrate kind of my thoughts.
We look forward. You have an extra day with your off day tomorrow. So by Thursday, I'd like an official re-proclamation from you.
Just for the record, I am working tomorrow. It's just in a different medium, if that makes sense. Okay.
I mean, I do that all the time, and I get constantly ridiculed for how day off.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Last Monday, I hosted a show right after this one, and I couldn't work the show today.
He's right.
What a warrior you are. What a warrior.
Well,
Jones Dairy Farm, family owned and operated for 7
Wait a minute.
generations.
Are you working at Jones Dairy Farm? Is that where you're going to be tomorrow?
I would actually love to be. We will be again soon, but no, that is not where I will be tomorrow. But if I wanted all-natural sausage made from the original family recipe, and I wanted it in pork, chicken, and or turkey, well, that's where I would go. And you know what? Everybody's all about, let's eat clean. I want clean ingredients. Everybody, that's the rage. Well, that's what Jones Dairy's been doing for decades. Fresh meat only, no fillers, no nitrates, MS, none of that. Natural. That's what Jones Dairy does. They also make naturally smoked ham and Canadian bacon and dry-aged bacon, Braunschweiger, and fully cooked meatballs. We got some fun videos. We got some more fun videos coming up. Jones Dairy Farm, a great Wisconsin brand, over 7 generations deep.
I hear the Braunschweiger is excellent. Speaking of excellent, from Unsportsmanlike,
it's good Braunschweiger.
Evan Cohen joins us next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Crispy chicken tenders are now at Cousins Subs. Enjoy them with your favorite dipping sauce, or try them in one of our 2 new subs, Classic Crispy Chicken or Bold Buffalo Ranch Crispy Chicken. Both served on our fresh baked bread, made with quality you can taste. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only here for a limited time. Order in store, online, or on the app today. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
This time of year, all about making moves in the NFL, and the Packers certainly no exception to that. 3 p.m. Central on Tuesday is the deadline that NFL rosters need to be down to 53 men. And first reported Sunday and officially announced Monday, there is a new lineman in town. The Packers sent a 2027 6th-round pick to the Philadelphia Eagles in exchange for the services of offensive tackle Darian Kinnard. Kinnard, entering the 4th year of his career, is a 3-time Super Bowl champion as a member of the Chiefs and the Eagles. While he's likely a lock to make the roster, find out who isn't at ESPNWisconsin.com. I'm Alex Stroh.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Do you want to bank without the fuss? For easy banking, rely on us. In person, online, or with the Tri-City app. Your banking can be done just like that. Tri-City National Bank. Member FDIC.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
Catholic Memorial Football.
To Devon Williams Jr., and he's into the end zone.
The Crusaders host Sun Prairie West this Thursday night on ESPN Milwaukee.
Stacking, it's complete to Dustin Rhodes.
Crusaders football is brought to you by R&R Insurance, D&M Accounting and Consulting Services, Curative Care, Home Sealed Exteriors, and Tony Wendorf and Associates. Tune into the action Thursday night starting at 6:30 on 94.5 ESPN and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
He wore number 2 in high school, as you can see in the background on Unsportsmanlike. But he's number 1 on our list of guests on Tuesdays. It is Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike.
At 9:30.
Evan, good morning. How are you?
Wow. Guys, how are you? I have saved a story for both of you because this is right up your alley. I was thinking of putting it out on social media last night, and I decided not to. And one of these two, once you realize who he is, if you don't know him by name, Jason Wilde specifically, is going to be amazed. So here we go.
Wow.
Here we go. I live about 50 to 60 minutes outside of New York City. And my wife and I both work in New York City. And last night, probably once or twice a year, we decide, you know what, let's go back to our old stomping grounds where we lived in New York City. And my wife, after her work, will just take the subway and meet us, and I'll bring my kids in to the city. Well, last night, en route to dinner, walking around New York City, we happened to see Emeka Okafor, former top pick or number 2 pick in the draft, NBA draft, right?
UConn.
Yeah.
Charlotte
I've seen him
Bobcats.
a million times. Yeah, I've seen him a million times in that exact same area that I saw him, which one would think he lives there. Breaking news. But the second person I saw, so we go to dinner, and then we go over to a little ice cream shop right around the corner, and I see Sam Worthington in the ice cream shop. Now, do you know who that is? Guys?
I don't know.
He's an actor, I think.
That's not his name. I got the wrong actor. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's not. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Great story.
Okay.
Great details.
Whoa, Nelly! No. Jason Wilde. Trust me. Once I get the exact name.
Okay. All right. I trust you. Sam Worthington. So, by the way,
Sam Waterston. Sam Waterston.
Way!
Yes.
Jack
From
McCoy?
Newsroom fame. And so I see him in the ice cream shop. And he's got his back to me because he's paying, and there's 2 registers, and I'm sitting there paying also. And I look at my wife, and I'm like doing like the look over there kind of thing. And she's like, "What's wrong with you?" It's like a twitch. What's wrong with you? And then she realizes who it is, and she's like, "Say something." So I do the "You're amazing" in newsroom, and I left. I was so I felt peer pressured by my wife.
Who are you, Jesse?
Well, I didn't want to say anything. So even if you guys see an actor or an actress out and about that you
Just
think
wait
is
a
great,
second.
obviously
If I
I know
may.
very well. I got his name wrong.
If I may, Evan, Sam Waterston, is he not? You just said Jack McCoy.
I did.
Jack
yes.
McCoy is not. Is that not Law and Order?
So he played both. Jack McCoy.
Nobody is saying Jack McCoy is more popular in Newsroom than in
Jack
Law and
McCoy,
Order.
Right, Jack McCoy, Newsroom the Law and Order character. In the Newsroom, he plays like the head of the news organization.
Yeah, he's the head of the newsroom, Jason. He's Charlie Skinner. I'm looking this up right now.
Yeah,
and he's so good in that show, and I know Jason and I specifically both love that show.
Mm-hmm.
And the wife clearly saw me looking at him, recognizing him, And it was very awkward. And then I'm like, all right, I got to do this. And my wife thinks I should do this. So I did the hello. And that's what I did. But fascinating night last night. Seeing Sam Waterston and Emeka Okafor on the streets of New York City.
And then you bumped into Sam Worthington on your way home. It was very crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
So look.
If I may.
Is this certainly you may. Yeah.
If you see Larry Hagman out on the streets of Dallas, you're not going to go up to him and say, I loved you and I dream of Jeannie. You're going to say, is that not the same comp here? Or am I crazy?
First of all.
No, I think actually you gain some street cred. Like Tausch.
I agree.
You have 3 huge things, I believe. Now, hold on. That someone would say, I love you from, right? Badgers, Packers, Wilde Tausch. Badgers, Packers, Badgers, Packers, Wilde Tausch. What if they say, I love what you've done with these videos with your daughter?
Oh,
isn't that better?
I will always say,
loved you in the 60-yard line.
There you go.
The 60-yard line would be really impressive. I loved you in the 60-yard line. Oh, you're one of the 3 people that watched it. Yeah. Okay.
I don't even know what that is.
All right.
It's the movie that Tausch is in. Do you really not know what that is?
I swear I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's on Peacock. It's called The 60-Yard Line. It's about a Packers fan who falls in love and then breaks up, and Tausch is in the film.
It's a good little movie.
As what?
Yeah, you should watch it.
As Mark Tausch, he plays himself. It's a stretch.
Yeah. Yes.
Like anyone would know who that is in the movie? I mean, like, really?
You had to put...
It's kind of a niche film.
No, I'm not. I'm not
not
saying that. Yeah, wasn't even saying that as a bad thing. I'm saying like I thought you played something else. But okay.
Oh, well.
Okay, so then Tausch.
What would you
Tausch,
typecast Tausch as in a movie?
Well, but let's say
somebody
comes up to you and says what Jesse said. Wouldn't that make you feel good? Like, hey, this person really likes me because they like me in that.
Hey, Evan, I'll tell you this. And now, like, if I'm at a Brewers game and somebody comes up and said, listen to you every day, I love it. That's
of course. How can you not?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, you do. Absolutely you do.
Can I get a question in here, please, briefly?
Yes, go ahead, Jason.
Stop
pouting, and then you
I'm not pouting. But I was in the midst of the question when I got the if I may for the 3rd time in our conversation.
Jason's never been in a movie. He doesn't get it.
No, I'm okay with it. That's true. I don't know what that's like. But look, they say of New York City, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. I could not make it in New York City. I know that. I'm self-aware enough. I would be the worst version of what you did at the ice cream shop. Like when we went to see a Broadway show and Emmanuel Sharik was sitting next to us.
Shrieky.
Really? Yes. And I couldn't figure out where I knew her from, so it didn't click right away that I've just seen her on Entourage.
But you know her from Aaron Rodgers doing a thing in the Congo is what you know her from.
Also true. But I feel like I would be terrible at this. And you just gave an example where, and I understand, like Tausch likes to tease you about your gated community outside the city, but how often do you see famous people when you're in New York City? Because I would be obnoxious. And there's no way, if Sam Waterston was annoyed by you, which I don't know if he was annoyed by you.
No, he wasn't annoyed. My wife was laughing at me, thinking how pathetic.
What kind of ice cream did he get?
Mint
I don't know. I don't remember that, but
you're a details guy.
Oh,
you were.
I didn't look at the ice cream.
So my question, again, if I may, as we study the Sam Waterston ice cream selections, is how often does that happen? And is there like kind of this assumed they're not going to be bothered in New York City, as opposed to if I saw Sam Waterston at the Cousin Subs in Green Bay, he wouldn't be able to get rid of me? Like, is there a courtesy of being famous in New York that you get left alone? Or how does that work?
That's a good question. So my inkling is always to not bother, right? Like, I'll give you another one. Okay, so guys, you've known me long enough. What NBA team do I root for?
The Miami Heat.
Charlotte Bobcats.
I'm obsessed with the Miami Heat. On my honeymoon, same hotel, saw him constantly. Dwayne Wade and Gabby Union. Never said a word once. Never said a word. Because here's why I specifically don't do it. Let's say the person is the nicest person on earth, but they're famous. Inevitably, they say to you, hey, what do you do for a living? And then I tell them they're not as comfortable as they were 3 seconds prior because they think they're being watched by the media. And I don't want to do that to someone else.
That's an interesting
If I would have said to Dwayne Wade, a huge fan, lives in South Florida, he is a nice, kind man who would say, oh, yeah, where do you live? What did you do? Like, oh, yeah, I moved there in 2003 for work. We started a radio station, ESPN West Palm. But done. His time is over. Time's over.
No, you pivot to, and of course we also have ESPN Milwaukee, which is home of Marquette. I'm good buddies with Homer. Boom. Then he's all excited to talk to you again.
It doesn't matter. He's still around media members.
You know what? I hate to do this,
but you're going to say Evans
this scenario played out. We were out. Sarah and I were out with a couple of other couples at some nice wine festival, and Dwayne Wade was there. We were there, and Sarah ended up talking to him for about a half an hour, and I ended up having that conversation about Steve the Homer True with Dwayne Wade.
What?
At that wine, and he loved it. So
now, wait, but Tausch, hold on. Hold on. There's a huge difference. You are one of his people. I am not. You're a professional
What does that
athlete.
even mean?
You're an analyst.
Okay.
No, I'm saying it's totally different. It's totally different, even though it's different sports. For Dwayne to meet you as the 10-year Green Bay Packer versus meet me as a failed high school football quarterback now in the media. Because he rightfully, when I say one of his people, I'm saying you guys have a code amongst professional athletes. Like, you guys know how to act around each other, and he's not looking at you thinking, oh, Tausch is going to take pictures of me every 4 seconds or text his friends about me because he played with Rodgers, he played with Favre, he played with equal level of, at least at the time, celebrity. Right? I think it's totally different in this spot.
Yeah, I would disagree, but I'll tell you the key. Always have your drinks and sit around where the photo booth is. Photo booth. You got to sit by the photo booth. That's where all the action happens. So continue,
Photo
Jason.
booth?
I didn't
What
mean
are
to
you
interrupt
talking
you.
about?
But
I don't even know what
There was a photo booth at the winery?
we got photos with Dwayne. Yes.
At the ice cream shop.
You know who else was there? Carmelo. Carmelo was awesome. Carmelo Anthony. Great guy.
Wait a minute. How long
Sounds like a
ago
little
did this
different than the
occur?
ice cream shop in the city last night.
This is 2 years ago, I think. We were out
How
there
did this not make our show?
7 years. 7 years.
6,
ago.
7, yeah.
Because
look at you using the 6-7. Tausch used the 6-7. He got brownie points.
I use it all the time.
Now.
I literally have
Good
been
job.
using it all the time because it annoys my kids.
Great.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a couple years ago we did it.
Why are we not here?
And
Why
Evan's
did we
right.
hear about it today of all days?
I think I mentioned something about how I mentioned that
You
we
never
ran
said you met Carmelo Anthony at the photo booth at some event a couple of years ago.
Never.
Yeah.
And Sarah talked to Dwayne Wade for half an hour?
It was a hell of a night. Yeah, Dwayne was awesome. Evan's right. Dwayne Wade was awesome. Really nice guy. So,
But
Well, I hear so is
like they're all
Jack
nice.
McCoy.
Was Mel.
well, not everybody's nice. That's not true.
No, I'm sorry.
Sounds like
Let me
Jack
rephrase.
McCoy. Sounds like Jack McCoy.
Of that crew,
Oh.
Dwayne Wade's friends are Chris Bosh, Udonis Haslem, Carmelo Anthony. These are some of the nicest guys around.
Yeah. Yep.
Travis Diener,
The
right?
tough
Isn't he
part
really
of this
close to
was
Travis
Evan,
Diener, yep.
So the tough part of this was Carmelo had a wine, Dwayne had a wine.
That's true.
And it was Dwayne's party. It was Dwayne's wine launch party that we were at. But Melo's
How'd you
wine
get
was
there?
a lot better. Do you shoot straight with Dwayne after you have a little rapport and tell him, hey, man, I don't think your wine's as good as Melo's?
No.
That was the part I struggled with.
Chance. No, but you do the pull aside of Melo and you say, listen, I understand it's Dwayne's party. His wine's an A, yours is an A+. And then walk away. Boom.
All right. Boom.
How did you get invited to that?
That's exactly the question I was about to ask.
How did I get invited to
Yes.
that? What are you talking about?
We're supposed to assume that Dwayne Wade has a lawn party and you're invited?
You're in the club. We all know you're in the club. You're a former NFL player, everything like that. But
actually, you
that's
know who
not
got
your
us?
crowd.
My old buddy from Buck and Honey's is how we got in there. Tommy is why you get all the wine that you go through at Buck and Honey's. So we went out there with the Andersons and another couple, and that's how we ended up getting out there.
So you were a +1 at a.
So it was you and Gary Anderson at Dwayne Wade's wine release party?
Yeah, Gary Anderson. Yep, right before we lost to Ohio State. That's what happened.
No wonder.
Yes,
wait a second. Okay, a couple of things. First, wait.
we're not
There's
done.
so much more. So Tommy, I've met Tommy, right? He's wonderful. I met him at your show last year, right? About a year ago.
He brought Buck and Honey's did all the food for the draft. Buck and Honey's is great. Great partner.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yep.
Unbelievable. Okay, so that makes sense. So so new wine companies like, all right, let's get the biggest restaurateurs around because maybe we can get our wine into their restaurant.
Absolutely. Get it distributed in those places. Yep.
Smart move by Dwayne Wade to get Tommy in there, owns a bunch of restaurants, great restaurants at that. Okay, again, that doesn't answer the question. Why were you there?
It's a mystery. I don't know, but I'm sure.
And
I'll
I
say
agree
this,
with
I'm
Wilde.
certainly glad
As somebody,
we were.
of course, as somebody that is so content focused at all times, you just said, which I was thrilled to hear, and you're right. I love it when someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, great show. I listen to you every day." You don't think a story about you being at a wine release party with Dwayne Wade and Carmelo Anthony and hitting it off with
If
both
I
of them would
may,
have been good
we
content?
had this discussion. I didn't get into great detail, but I
never
did say that
happened.
Sarah was really hunting to get a picture with Dwayne Wade at this wine festival.
That
I
is so
told
much
the story 'cause I
different than
came
the
back-
way you just told us.
I was on a 2-week. I think we were on a 2-week trip, and that was the beginning of that trip. So you know how that goes, Evan. You've been taking a lot of vacation lately. When you miss a
here
bunch
we
of
go.
time, you can't always go all the way back to 2 weeks when you're off for that long. You get the deal.
I'm just happy we heard the story today. I'm just glad to have it.
And I'm happy as a D. Wade and Carmelo fan that there's confirmation of Tausch saying, boy, they're both good guys.
Yeah.
Well, he had a lot of wine.
Who else
on him
was
at that
there?
point,
Who
though.
else was there out of curiosity? Tausch?
Yeah,
I'll have to look through. You know what? We have the photo booth, so we have all those pictures. I'll go back to the Rolodex and we'll pull it up.
Jeffrey from Celebrations Academy or from Celebrations Entertainment set that up. All right.
EFCO, let's talk a little sports before we go.
try, Wilde.
Jason, I know he's irritated with me. What do you need to see Thursday night from our beloved Wisconsin Badgers? What do you, as a national media folk and as an avid fan, need to see in this new iteration of the Wisconsin Badgers?
Yeah, I think we all need to feel like, okay, you got all your crew in here. You have your coaches in here. You have your players in here. This is the direction you want to go. It's an alteration of years past, obviously, with Coach Alvarez, Coach Bielema, Coach Christ. I think they all basically do, and I'm saying this complimentary, the same things at different levels, right? They are building a program kind of the same way. Luke Fickell comes from a different type of program building. And so I want to see, all right, your way is the right way, and here's early signs of it. I don't think that's unreasonable, is it?
I would think not.
What a great response. That's tremendous interaction here.
So you
I'm
asked
really-
that question, and then when he gave you an answer, that's what he got?
I just wanted Evan's point. I don't need to analyze what Evan said.
I would think not.
And plus, Jason
think
is sitting
so.
here pouting and whining as I started asking the question. He's rolling his head back, so I wanted to give him the floor before we let you go.
Oh, is
Now
that what that
you're
was?
Pinning it
Okay,
back on
sure,
old T.
sure.
No big deal.
Poor old T. Your shoulders always so exhausted from carrying the show. Evan, I was curious from a national perspective for your show, how are you watching cut down day in the NFL? Obviously, we are hyper focused on the Packers, and stories that are important to the Packers are really our only focus. from your perspective, like, are you expecting the Cowboys to do something crazy? We're seeing Trey Hendrickson getting a deal, so maybe the Micah Parsons thing could happen. Where are you at as you watch today unfold?
Yeah, I'm always interested on a day like today at, for lack of a better way of saying this, and I hate to do it to people, but failed first-rounders. So observing Coach Belichick for so long, he would always pull off these moves of like, wait, this guy's on the last year of his rookie deal and the previous team didn't pick up the option. So in other words, high ceiling, a lot to prove kind of guys. I mean, not dissimilar to, I know the Packers released him today with Isaiah Simmons, right? Like high ceiling, a lot to prove. Those are always the guys that I'm interested in terms of, okay, like this team took a flyer on that guy because at one point or another he was supposed to be really good, and he fell out of favor with that team, and now let's bring him into our system and see if we can get something out of him, knowing he's actually not signed for next year. Because it's rare if a guy's going to have 2 years left on a rookie deal that a team is going to give up on him altogether, right? Like they may try to keep him an extra year. So those are usually the things that I pay attention to, and obviously the quarterback moves, all across the league. We saw it yesterday with Kenny Pickett from the Browns to the Raiders. We see it today with Tommy DeVito getting cut by the Giants. Those are usually the moves that I look at. I don't know. I mean, I don't really expect there to be like a bombshell move today, right? It seems too early for Micah Parsons to sign because you lose a week's worth of press for the Cowboys. Tausch, were you ever, just out of curiosity, and I'm sure you guys have addressed this over the years, but just for me and anybody just tuning in now, was this scary for you? Like, how many years were you petrified on this day? Because obviously there was a point where it's like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah, my first year, obviously, I was. And then I think for me, there was always a healthy bit of, boy, I hope that, I'm good. I think for the most part, I was starting after that, so I had a pretty good vibe that wasn't going to be the case. So the first year, even though I had played a lot in the preseason, I wasn't starting coming out of camp. So there was I felt pretty good, but I'll say I did not sign a lease until that day happened when I knew I made the team.
Well, but you know what's interesting? You say I was starting, so I felt pretty good. Wait, hold on, because there are guys that we as sports fans, football fans, and media members are like, oh, that guy's penciled in, and then he gets released, right? Like on this day, because they just don't perform as well in camp during times we're not able to see.
There was a punter who thought they made the team. Was John Ryan, right, Jason?
Mm-hmm.
Where he was on the roster, and then Tuesday or Wednesday. So I know punting and kickers are a little bit different, but yeah, it turned out to be a disastrous move. The bottom line is, your club wants you to feel on edge. They don't ever want anybody feeling comfortable, and luckily, if you're a late pick, doesn't matter. You just signed a big fat extension, whatever it might be, you're always going to be on edge, and that's where I think Tom Brady took it to the next level, because even though he always knew he'd be the starting quarterback, I think he always looked at it as if I need to be at my best or they can get rid of me. Yep,
I think you're 1,000% right. And he talks about that constantly. And, like, we look back at it laughing like, oh, yeah, they're going to release you. But I don't think you drop to 199 and ever lose that. Like, you probably never lose your draft position in your mind, Tausch, of, like, I only got really good my fifth year at Wisconsin. I was a 7th or 6th round pick, whatever you were. Like, I'm never going to be the first choice when I'm playing, and I think that mentality probably took you 10, 11 years in the league, right?
Mm-hmm. There's no doubt, and that's the old adage that you can utilize on when you get back on unsportsmanlike. First round picks have to continue to prove that they don't belong in the league, and late round picks have to continue to prove that they do.
How is your mindset? I know we got to run, but I'm being dead serious when I ask you this question. What number pick were you in what round?
224, 7th.
Okay. Every single person, Jason especially, always talks about this. When building out ESPN Wisconsin, everybody knows you were literally number 1 overall. Round 1, number 1 overall. Like, that's how ESPN Wisconsin, over 3 stations, 3 markets, got built, with round 1, pick 1 was you. Has your mindset changed at all? Or are you a first overall pick, or are you a 7th round pick currently?
No, I will never. I will never have the mindset of being.
I do love this.
Yeah, question. I'll never have the mentality of being a first round pick. No, I won't.
And who monitors your off days?
Hello.
I'm just saying.
The man who determines Barry Alvarez's salary, too.
Also, same guy, yes. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm a first-rounder by far.
As the
Thanks
unofficial biographer of Mark Tauscher, I know that his mentality as a player was he was going to play through every injury he could. He was never going to open the door for someone to take his job. Even when he was a multi-year starter, he never was going to get comfortable. He was always going to keep that 7th-round pick mentality that they're always trying to replace me. I still have that mentality for this show. You see, I take very few days off because I don't want Jesse to take my job. Tausch is not worried about that happening. Fair? Fair?
Well, there's a life balance that you want to that I agreed upon when I took this job. So
I've never heard you stumble as much in your life.
Let's not try to twist it.
All right, I think it's time to go.
All right. Yeah, it's enough. I hate when you guys do this.
It's a great
Get out of here.
It's a great question. Just saying, it was a great question.
It was a great question.
A very fair tale of the evolution of Mark Tauscher.
All right, great job. Nice job, boys.
Thanks a lot, Evan. We appreciate you.
See you guys.
That is Evan Cohen. You can hear him every weekday, except when he's off. Has he taken a lot of days off? You got after him a little bit.
He is off this week from Unsportsmanlike.
But he still did our show.
He was off
last
week, too, wasn't he?
It's amazing how some people, when they're off their shows, they're still working in other capacities, and so they have other responsibilities.
Who would do
they
that?
still do.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we appreciate Evan. That was great to catch up with him. We will have some updates on cuts as we roll on. It's more Wilde Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back September 9th.
Terrio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Texas Rangers.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in September 9th at 7:05 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
This is Kevin Moret from Mentality. Every day is a silent competition, and with testosterone dropping 1% annually, you're fighting an uphill battle. Your colleagues notice when you lose your edge, your partner senses when your confidence wavers, and without addressing low T, you're set up to fail. No willpower can overcome this hormonal deficit. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments have shown a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Don't let low T define you. Reclaim your power at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Matt Jones.
The reason the SEC did this is not out of there's two reasons. One, ESPN offered them more money if they did it. So now they'll have one more game, again, getting a lot of money. And then two, under the new playoff selection format, which kind of got quietly changed this summer, strength of schedule matters more. Yes. And because of that, the SEC does not want to get in a situation where the Big Ten with 9 conference games is getting more teams in even though they don't think they're as good. This also allows it to get the playoff from 12 to 16 because the other conferences, from what I understand, had told the SEC, we will only go to 16 when you agree to play 9 games. So this is probably a step, Myron, into making the playoff go to at least 16 teams.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hey, it's Reese Davis. Let's be honest, you can't keep an eye on everything unless you've got Blink Outdoor 4 cameras. While you're focused on the game, Blink's keeping an eye on your home.
With up to 2-year battery life and with Sync Module XR, you can cover more space without constant maintenance. No wires, no worries. Blink helps keep an eye on what matters most. Get Blink today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
What I want, you've got, and it might be hard to handle. But like a flame that burns a candle, the candle feeds the flame. Yeah, what I got.
Thanks to Evan Cohen. Always great to catch up with him. If he runs into Sam Waterston or Sam Worthington at the local ice cream shop in New York City.
I did change my mind on the whole. I think the more obscure reference you can make lets that person know that you really are a fan and appreciate, because everybody will say, hey, McCoy or whatever. I've changed my tune. I think that is the right play. Whereas when I first heard him say that, I thought, what the hell is he doing? But he should have studied what ice cream he got.
That would have been a dazzling detail that we would have liked to have gotten, because you would have based your opinion on whether he got a mint-flavored ice cream, because you're anti-mint.
No, I don't mind that other people like mint. That doesn't bother me. I just don't like it.
I would be curious. I don't know. I guess the newsroom is obviously far more niche-y than Law and Order. But I wonder what else in his career you could have dropped that would have led to a lengthy conversation over your ice cream cones together.
Great question.
So I'll have to go into because obviously he had a lengthy career before he became
He's been
Jack
around a
McCoy.
long time.
Yeah, he's 84 years old still, and married his wife in 1976. So they're coming up on their 50th wedding anniversary, if my math is correct. So pretty great story from Evan.
Now, do you and Paula ever share a cone, or do you guys always get your own separate deals?
So, much like yourself, and again, the alarming level of parallels between you and Paula, including the not stopping on drives, which I find obnoxious on both of your parts. She doesn't like mint-flavored ice cream either, and mint chocolate chip is my favorite, followed closely by cookie dough and cookies and cream.
Oh, cookies and cream.
Yes. The baby voice is back. And so we don't, because she likes butter pecan. That's her go-to.
Butter
and I'm
brickle.
not really.
Now, butter
you're
brickle's
a big
the real
brickle guy. Yeah.
Yes.
So wait, if you have to choose your ice cream at a local ice creamery, which we will not name any of them because they all sell ice cream, what is your go-to flavor then?
Salty cow. Salty cow.
Okay, but that was exactly what I'm trying to avoid.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Where do they sell that?
He's right.
I can't tell you where they sell
Could be anywhere.
What are the ingredients in
sassy
this
place.
salty cow? Because it's not just like rock salt. It's caramel?
No,
Caramel?
I don't even really like salt. So no, it's
you are salty.
It's like a cookies and cream salt like mixture. It's hard for me to even explain it.
It's like
but
clearly salted
it's like
caramel, cookies and cream kind of deal. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
No, it sounds delightful, and I'll have to try that next time I'm in the greater Sun Prairie, Columbus region.
I think it's at a lot of places. I think they're getting better. I think they're getting pretty good sized distribution.
Better distribution.
So I think you probably find. Yeah.
Probably not at the UW Union though. All right, we need to get to the 10 o'clock hour. Bill Huber continues to break a variety of cuts by the Packers during our program. He's got another one that's up, another one that is not a surprise, but maybe a guy that's back on the practice squad. We'll tell you who that is after I tell you about Behind the Bucks, the podcast on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Behind the Bucks brings you exclusive access and untold stories about the greatest stars and moments in Bucks history. Go behind the scenes of Giannis's Emmy-nominated documentary, hear about the true origins of the Bucks and Six culture, and more. Find Behind the Bucks on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
For the first time, you can stream all of ESPN all in one place. And guys, it's changed the game for me personally. All the best live sports, the most championship moments, studio shows, documentaries, and originals, too many to even name them all. Plus, all these great new features, like watching 4 games at once in multi-view, your fantasy team updates live in-game, Sports Center customized just for you. They thought of everything to make this the ultimate destination for fans. You gotta check it out. Sign up for the all-new ESPN app, like right now.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle Bruston Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Out of Wilde and Tausch begins now. The cuts continue over at 1265 Lombardi Avenue, per Bill Huber, who has been working the phones with all the agents. Bill does a great job of this. He really does. And he also talked to Aaron Rodgers yesterday, which I thought was pretty cool. I don't know if you're familiar with Brant Banks. He's been released, an offensive lineman, not to be confused with Aaron Banks, which, by the way, Chewy asked me a really good question this morning because it was a really good question that you asked yesterday on our show, and we need to get answered. And that is Aaron Banks' back issues, is that something more significant than we have been led to believe, or is it just a veteran player resting up for the start of the season?
I think what you've seen, not shocked that he didn't play in the preseason game, but he's missed some time now. And you said it yesterday, the whole soft bed deal out in Indy and guys' backs, Elton and Kenny, both returned back to practice. He hasn't. And if my memory serves me, his back, he missed some stuff in the off-season / early training camp with that back. So I'm not going to say we should be in panic mode
Chicken
by
Little
any stretch. But I do think that if you don't see him out this week working, that means you are already starting to plan that you have to at least have a plan to have a plan that he ain't playing. Now, that can all go away when I don't know when they're going to give those guys off. I'm guessing they'll have the weekend off, and they'll do a little nice little practice, team picture type deal on Monday, and then, hey, baby, this season's rolling. Let's go. And if he ain't out there on Wednesday of next week, now you're really starting to get concerned about his availability, or at least how healthy he'll be and how productive he can be if he's not practicing by the middle of next week. So let's see how the rest of this week goes before we start getting all, as you like to put it so eloquently, chicken littly.
Just got the media advisory from the Packers. I don't know what we have planned on Thursday. So there's no availability today. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow, Goody will talk at 2. Matt LaFleur at 2:25. So thank you to them. LaFleur was giving me a hard time after the Seahawks joint practice. Where the hell have you been? You don't come to press conferences anymore? Well, they're during the show. Move them to 12:05.
A little under the weather there, Jason.
So that's
the weather, huh?
That was. I did.
Has he asked you at all about your turf toe, or did he just get the report right from the doc?
I think he tries to not ask the doctor.
Were you
about
listed on the injury report? Did you get listed on the injury report?
They don't issue those in training camp, so no.
But they do internally. They do internally.
He usually steps up to the first thing he says is he's out, he's limited, he's limited.
Well, that's when he's required to do it. He's not.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Somebody should have gotten his ear and went through all that and then said, "Jason, thanks for weathering the storm here and fighting through. I know you're battling.
What a game!
You don't want to give any HIPAA stuff, but you're battling a toe.
Yeah,
that would have been real fun."
No, it was fine. He also really liked my "I just hope both teams have fun" T-shirt that I wore to the joint practice. But if I may,
that is a good shirt.
It is a great shirt. I love that
fairness,
shirt. Got it at the
UW
bookstore, where they also sell ice cream.
In fairness,
I'm sorry.
You brought that up. Oh, in fairness, you brought up the whole thing. I didn't. Just in fairness.
Yeah, it's true. In fairness, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Enjoy your coffee without a lid. Practice at 3:10 tomorrow, and then we'll have players in the locker room. Thursday, Matt LaFleur speaks at 8:35 a.m.
Jeez. Nice. Right
And then they're
before the show.
practicing
Perfect.
at 9:15, and we are back into our regular season rules where we don't get to stay for very long and we get booted. So they're practicing at 9:15, and then post-practice locker room, and then they are off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So this came literally as you were talking about that. As a player, you're loving the fact that the coach is having practice at 9:15 on Thursday so you can get on the first thing smoking out of town for your long Labor Day weekend. Am I right?
Yeah, well, for me it was, you just get, but for a lot of guys, you get a little respite here for 3 days, and I'm certain that the coaches will be very nervous, just like they are when they release guys for that 6-week window there from June to training camp. This is where you guys can find a little trouble, and it's Labor Day weekend. There's college football. You hope most of these guys go back and if they're to their alma maters, watch some football, get back with family and friends. some guys are going to let it rip, too. There's going to be some guys that want to let it rip because they know you're pretty much locked down here for the next, hopefully, 6-7 months. 6-7. That's what we're looking to do, and so this is the schedule that every player is going to love. And, by the way, I think most of these coaches, even though I don't think the coaches will enjoy it, I'm guessing they're going to grind away because they realize they have 2 games in 5 days. They're going to probably not enjoy their Labor Day weekend as much that if they had a normal schedule where it was spread out a little bit more. They're going to have to really game plan for 2 games because they're going to have some time allotted. So they might get out for a day, would be my guess. Players will enjoy the full 3 days.
So the other cut that Bill Huber just posted about is Israel Abanikanda, the running back who played for the Jets briefly a couple years ago, played at Pitt. Look, I think Tausch is right, and I was wrong on that one as well. I thought there was a chance that they may keep 4 running backs because they're going to IR Marshawn Lloyd with his hamstring. But as we have talked about many times on this show, the practice squad rules are great now, right? When you were playing, like if you were elevated from the practice squad for 1 game, you then had to be released and clear waivers to get your guy back on the practice squad, which, hey, if you got claimed by another team and you got an opportunity to be on their 53, great, right? Great opportunity for you. But in some instances, that's a challenge. So if we're waiting to see what the opening day kick returner will be, it could still be Israel Abanikanda. If they bring him back on the practice squad and then they can elevate him on game day, that has given a lot more roster flexibility. We've heard Matt LaFleur and Goody talk about the fact that they basically look at this as a 70-man roster with the 16 plus 1 on the practice squad and the 53-man roster. So in reality, they will be moving on from 20 guys today-ish, right? They got to make 38 moves, including the Irish kicker who will not be making the team. But one will be Watson to PUP. Another will be Colin Oliver to PUP. And then I'm guessing they'll use both of their allotted, put them on IR right away at the final cuts, but designate them for return. One will be Lloyd. Maybe the other one will be Jacob Monk. Maybe the other one will be Savion Williams. But that's 4 moves there. And if you bring back most of your other guys, we're talking about 20 guys that they'll actually say goodbye to. And one of them, as was first reported by CBS Sports, is Isaiah Simmons, which, again, I don't think anybody on this panel anyway is surprised by.
I think that's one of the harder names to spell.
Isaiah?
I think Isaiah's a tough spell.
Yeah, there's an extra I in there for
it's just
no reason.
It's just not an easy phonetic thing to do. I've always thought that. When you're talking biblical names, there's a lot of crazy biblical names. I would argue Isaiah might be one of the tougher ones to, like Deuteronomy. I can spell Deuteronomy all day. I will struggle with Isaiah if I can't write it out.
All right. So Isaiah Thomas, does he spell it the way you think he should? Because he doesn't spell it the traditional way. I think it's got an extra, Jesse, I think you mean it's got an extra A in there. Don't you? 2 A's?
I don't know.
Isaiah Thomas spells Isaiah I-S-I-A-H.
He's not the best color guy in the game for nothing.
I don't know. Not much.
I don't know. What, are you reporting from minicamp? What do you see on it? I don't know.
What do you think of the Packers' moves today? We'll see.
Isaiah Thomas, who Michael Jordan and none of the members of the Dream Team wanted around. I-S-I-A-H. Isaiah.
I-A-H.
Yeah. Isaiah Abanikanda, Isaiah Simmons, Isaiah McDuffie. Then another Isaiah, too. There was a safety that they put on IR earlier in camp. They go I-S-A-I-A-H.
Yes, that is the one that throws me off. It's a tough spell. That is a tough spell. I kind of wish they'd just go Isaac, and then you got the 2 A's.
Back to back.
I wish.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, luckily,
Jacob and Isaac. Yeah, no, you got Isaiah.
Esau. I got to get Esau in there.
Tonight, the Arizona Diamondbacks pitcher tonight is Brandon Pfaadt, Pfaadt. That's always been a fun one because it looks like
I always have
Brandon
loved
Pfaadt.
the PF though. I think the silent. I think that silent P is as good.
The
as it gets.
Pfister Hotel.
I love it. Yeah, I think it's fun. I do. I love the PFs. I think it's great.
Well, luckily, our good buddy Doug from Kohler Services just spells his name like every other Doug. And Kohler, doesn't matter how you spell it, you know they're the best in business.
Oh, indeed. And you know what? It was great, refreshing for a new bath or shower remodel. You know what? We got a great offer from Kohler Services. This month only, you get 0 interest financing for 12 months. And you get a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. My old pal Chris from Oostburg, one of their many skilled installers. I was down. We demoed the heck out of that bathroom, ripped that tile out, bath and shower, get it all out of there, remove all of that, and dispose it. And then you install that beautiful, bright, shiny, new, brand new shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that is KohlerServicesWI.com.
Are you really not going to do it during this promotion? Are you really not going to do it? What do you get for free?
The Lugstone shower. You get a shower door. Free shower door.
A free shower door.
Free shower door.
I only can sing so much, guys. I mean, I already gave the Iola 3 different times. So, yeah, we got a
Protecting the
little
pipes.
time left this
All right, I understand.
Yeah,
okay.
I got a game to work on Thursday. I can't be out here singing.
I got a
day.
game to work.
Well, I do.
That's the vocal cords. We will talk more about cuts and Protect Tausch's vocal cords next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. A customizable homepage, easier and quicker live listening. Your shows at the touch of a fingertip.
Turn on your TV and watch the damn greatness in front of your nose.
At the end of the day, that's what you're measured by, championship.
Available in Apple and Android app stores. Your one-stop shop for ESPN Wisconsin. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app.
Milwaukee baseball was born in the Emerald City, but any ties to the Pacific Northwest were cut loose decades ago. Pella has an interesting history as well. Born in Pella, Iowa, but their century-long history of crafting quality windows and doors there continues to this day. Designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance, get long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Order by August 31st and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, your siding, your windows, or your bath project during the fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
Summer is here, and your taste buds deserve the best. Carbless is perfect for the pool, the lake, or hanging out by the fire. Full of flavor with 0 sugars, only 100 calories, and made with premium spirits. Don't just settle for something overly carbonated and those flavorless seltzers. Carbless has full flavor with every sip, not just a hint. So when you're ready to take a drink and ready to chill, Carbless is clean, crisp, and won't leave you feeling bloated. Find your bliss today at drinkcarbless.com.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC? Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trough offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrough.com. Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrough.com.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Just keep on coming, which again, in most instances, not all, but most, when it comes to a young player, it is an intermediate step on their way to the practice squad. But per Jordan Schultz, as Tausch likes to call him, the Starbucks guy, the Green Bay Packers have released Mecole Hardman. Again, not a surprise, right?
No.
Like, he needed to have
Did he win the
really...
Steinhoffels? Did he win the Steinhoffels last week, Jesse? Did we... I know we didn't put it on the analytics community to do that because we gave him the summer off.
Yeah, that was nice of us.
He had a nice return, right? That's true.
Yeah, there were some moments in helmets and shorts in the offseason program where you were like, whew, okay. And then there were opportunities, right? I mean, I mentioned this with all the time, all those wide receivers were missing. When they went to their three wide receiver set on the first snap of a practice in 11-on-11, the number one group was Romeo Doubs, Matthew Golden, and Mecole Hardman. But it just... he did not have a very good game against the Jets, and it just never kind of got going. So that is not a big surprise there.
So what are we doing return-wise? Because he was brought in as a return guy. Like, that's what he was doing, right? I mean, and then, as you mentioned, then some of the injuries came up, and his opportunities were there for him to snap one of these spots up. Didn't happen. So what are we doing return-wise now? What are we going to be doing?
Great question. So I do think that they're in a little bit of a pickle, a quandary.
Pickler.
Yeah, I can't wait to wear my sweatshirt that Tony gave me again. I've got a nice pair of Nike 270s that match it perfectly.
Really soft.
Very
really
soft. Totally agree.
Very
yeah.
soft.
Really liked it.
Soft and supple, which is a rare thing in a sweatshirt.
I'm not sure supple is what I was looking for, but okay. So I think what their plan is, because do you want your CB1 out there returning kicks, Keyshawn Nixon?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
When you already don't have Nate Hobbs and you don't know if he's going to be ready for the opener. I do not.
Okay.
I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze there.
So
and
a
then
couple kick return touchdowns isn't going to be worth it? Okay.
I don't know if he's going to get a kick return for a touchdown with the current rules, but maybe I would say
he won't either.
I would say I would pick my spots with him, but I would not have him be my regular returner. Okay.
That's a more fair point.
Okay, good. All right, I'm glad we agree. And then,
well, I don't want Desmond Howard returning kicks in that Super Bowl. Oh, I don't want to.
I didn't realize Desmond Howard was their number one wide receiver.
I don't want Desmond. He was a Heisman winner. I don't want to get him hurt. Got to bundle him up. Continue.
Deion Sanders better not put him back there.
Yeah, we don't want Deion back.
Thank you for proving my point. They only used Deion in a few critical moments, and a lot of times he delivered. That's what I would do with Keyshawn Nixon. Also, on punt returns, do I want Jaden Reed back there?
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, Jaden Reed might be the fourth wideout. He might
Maybe.
be.
I think what they will do, and we'll see, I've been wrong before, I'll be wrong again. I think they will sign Israel Abanikanda to the practice squad, and I think he will return kicks for them in the opener. He did fumble one, or did he fumble that on a run? I remember he had a fumble on Saturday, but I think that's a distinct possibility. I don't know what other options
I have not
they
listened to a lot of Rich Bisaccia this offseason. Are we expecting more kick returns because of the penal way that they've went about? They're expecting to return more kicks, correct?
Yes, they are. So, again, and he has said that at the very least he would like to be able to have Keyshawn Nixon doing it when they pick their spots. But with the touchback coming out to the 35, it has definitely changed their thought process, which I think makes sense.
I would love to understand why the punt is still at the 20 and the kick. Like, why would we not do the same thing with the punt? Force people to go for it, more action. Like, what are we doing? Make it uniform. I'm fine with that. Make it uniform.
All right, so flesh this out for me then, because your thought process there would be that if you had it as punitive to kick a touchback on a punt as it is for a kickoff, they want more kickoff returns. They don't want it to be a dead play, action. And they've got it. They think they've improved the safety of the play, so now they want more kickoff returns again. But if you kick a touchback, you get the ball at the 35. That's much closer to scoring position than you would have been previously. It was 30 last year. Before that, it was 25. Once upon a time, it was just the 20. My question for you is,
at the 50
with a punt, you're saying that if you're near midfield and you decide on 4th and 4 to punt, and then you kick a touchback and it goes out to the 35, you're thinking this will make more teams go for it on something more than 4th and 1. Correct. Because the juice will not be worth the punting, because you're going to lose 35 yards if you don't kick it and get it down before the goal line. Correct? That's the argument?
And it's more
consistent
argument with what's going on. No, that should happen, and it will, and somebody smarter than me will come up with that idea, and that's it's never made any sense to me. Like, a touchback is a touchback is a touchback. All of a sudden, what now? A touchdown from the 50 is worth more than a touchdown from the 20? They're both 6 points. Why is it with kickoffs and punts it's different? Somebody explain it to me like I'm an idiot, because I'm here. I'd love for you to explain it to me. Why don't they have it uniform?
Yeah, because they're trying to get more kickoffs is the answer to that. But you just stumbled onto something.
They want less punts.
Well,
yeah.
How do you said something there that I'm now intrigued by. If you want more big plays, if you want to encourage big plays, should longer touchdowns be worth more points?
No, they shouldn't be. But that is, in essence, what they're doing. And it's dumb.
I didn't know where you drew the line of innovator.
Listen, man, if they want to go down that rabbit
touchdown
hole,
pass feels like it should be worth more than a 2-yard.
Right? If they want to go down that rabbit hole, I am all in. I think it would be awesome.
Oh, okay.
It would be awesome.
You get a touchdown beyond midfield. You get a touchdown. I say you don't have to kick the extra point. You get an automatic 7.
You should get an automatic 2-point conversion then if it's plus 50.
That's it. Beyond the 20 on the other. If it's an 80-yard touchdown or better, you get automatic 2-point conversion. Beyond midfield, you get an automatic 1. Anything else, you got to kick it.
Yeah, I love all of it. I want all these ideas flushed out. I want all of them. I think it's a great idea.
All right, we will continue to monitor the cuts. There's some other things we want to get to as well today, though. Want to get to tell you, though, about, for the first time, how you can stream all of ESPN all in one place. If you haven't heard about this, you haven't been listening, because it's a really big deal, and we're excited to be part of it. With ESPN changing the game for everyone, all the best live sports, all of the most important championship moments, the studio shows, the documentaries, the originals. There's so many, you can't even name all the great things that are on the new ESPN app. Plus, you get all new great features like watching 4 games at once with multi-view, your fantasy team being updated live in-game. Sports Center, customized just for you. They have thought of everything to make this the ultimate destination for fans. So check it out now. Sign up for the all-new ESPN app. More Wilde Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems. Installation of new or old hoops and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to AdventKnows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family-owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Grand slams and walk-offs. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon by now, what are you waiting for? Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's very own national champions. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows? Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
According to Time Magazine, Gen Z is drinking 20% less alcohol than all previous generations. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Over our 65 years in business, we've stayed up on all the trends, where you'll always find 2,000 varieties of beer, 4,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines. We now also stock over 100 varieties and growing of THCA, CBD, and Delta-9 non-alcoholic specialty-infused drinks. So whether you're experimenting with the latest wellness trend, or you just want something in your fridge that your college kid can call you cool for, come check out our expansive selection. And while you're at it, you do deserve that bottle of bourbon. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
And visit us online at discountliquorinc.com.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Huber, if you don't follow him already, at Bill Huber NFL on Twitter.
You got after Jesse a little bit on Twitter, didn't he?
He did.
I actually advocate not following Bill on Twitter.
If you were, you would have seen, or you'd have been an early adopter or a knowledger about Jesse and his tribute to Bob Uecker.
Recently unfollowed, actually.
You didn't unfollow him. That would be unprofessional.
No, I didn't unfollow him. I was irritated with him, but I didn't unfollow him.
Julian Hicks, who spent all of last season on the practice squad and could be back there, released. But here's a little interesting phrase from Bill in his Julian Hicks report. He could return to the practice squad, but that could be dependent on if McCole Hardman returns. So, would McCole Hardman accept a practice squad spot in order to stay in Green Bay? Because remember,
this league is let me tell you something. This league's a humbling place. People want to work.
Right.
People like that bread. So you think? Yeah, he
well,
would.
maybe. I mean, look, are there other teams where he might make a 53? I don't know. Maybe. The guy did catch a game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. So now the Packers have also...
Eddie Lacy.
League comes at you fast. Amar Johnson, the promising running back from South Dakota State, the Jackrabbit. He was also released. We'll see if he is a practice squad candidate or not, because you can't bring them all back. Love that song. So we'll keep you updated on that throughout today's show as the Packers continue to make their moves. Nothing yet on Sean Clifford, but I don't see them keeping three quarterbacks on the 53, even with the question of Jordan Love's left thumb. Right? I mean, first of all, they expect them to be full go, but even if not, even if they're a little worried.
You can bring a guy up, too. They're not going to have three active rostered QBs.
No, they are not.
Unless Dan Marino comes back and he's healthy.
Didn't he do isn't there a commercial? I think it's for some chips of some sort, not for ice cream.
Jerry Rice and that whole crew. Yep.
They're all sitting around talking about how they could still play.
Jerry's eating rice.
Have you watched any of this 40 and under football that is out on social media? All these old farts playing just for the love of it. And again, I don't know if this is AI'd or not, but guys are blowing their knees out. They're playing just physical tackle football at 40U.
What? Like former NFL players?
Jesse, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Not a clue. This is the first I've heard of it.
So there's this league, and it's like they call it 40 and under, and guys that are done, and they're just out balling. They're just playing tackle football and going hard, and it's a whole racket, man. Like, it's on social. And again, I am not an AI detector. I'm having a hard time. What's AI and what's not? It's going to be it's going to be something I'm going to have to keep working at and learning.
God, I just would like to take a moment and just say, well, kind of like Costanza talking to Seinfeld on the Menage a Trois episode. Do you ever get down on your knees and thank God that you know me and have access to my dementia? Yeah, a new wave of viral clips have taken over social media, and this time the spotlight is on 40U football leagues.
Yeah.
God, you're just so plugged in, man. Over the last few weeks, clips have been circulating across X, Instagram, and TikTok showing grown men around the age of 40 going all out for organized league games, from elaborate touchdown celebrations to heated sideline arguments and dramatic post-game interviews. So wait, are they, since you're the aficionado of this, are they wearing pads?
I believe so, yes.
So it's like the basketball tournament, but in football, and it's older dudes?
I would think that's not probably a bad comp. I think you're going to have guys playing really hard for the love of the game. It's strictly for the love of the game, and they're going hard, and they're blowing out knees, and they're ripping Achilles, and they're jacking up shoulders, and they're probably getting concussed, but they love the game.
Well, it's a thing. So again, kudos to old
So you
T.
think it's real? You think
it is real? It is definitely real. This is not AI generated. I'm not as good at. I'm better at it than you, but that doesn't mean I'm good at it. But it's not.
I
AI.
saw some waves taking over these boats, and I'm thinking that can't be, and I think that was AI.
I think we have ourselves a new segment brought to you by Grok. A new Digi-only segment every week. We show Tausch a video.
AI or not?
Yeah,
Yerp or AI?
I am all in on this game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's going to require a little work from Gel, but I am all in on this game.
All right, well.
Do you think our fans – I have been pushing this, and since I can't get it done privately, I'm going to go public with this.
Oh, great.
Do you think our fans would love the trading card game, where Jesse goes to a card shop and picks up, and you just look at the back of the card,
I've been
you
pushing
cover the
this
name.
for years.
Because I think it's a fun Digi-only. Oh, 1984. Oh, this guy played safety for the G&G. He had played in this many games. And then you can roll down to 85. Oh, and then he was gone in 86. Who is this Packer? How fun of a game is that?
So, all right.
But we can't get it done.
All right. First of all, I know the boys in Beaver Dam, the Dam Sports Show, have real sports cards as their
Yes, Corey and Wally are their names, Tausch.
Lukaczynski.
They have real sports cards as their presenting sponsor, and we could probably connect with them, and they could help us with this. Here's the
guys. I've literally been telling you this for 2 years.
Okay, but
well, I have.
I understand. I don't think, like, first of all, not everyone is like us and can name Terry Steinbach and Ron Hasse and Lance
only
Parrish.
Packer players, only Packers and Brewers.
I get it, but we have this. We have a knack for this. Secondly, if you want to do it in a digi-only format, you have about 3.5 minutes, and then we're back from commercial. So, well, I don't know if it is. It could be harder than you think. Not everyone knows these guys like you do.
Well, then you tease it over to the next commercial. It's not
I don't want to do like 6 straight digi-onlys to try every commercial.
James Jones, no. Donald Driver, no.
It does sound like fun, though. I'm not against the idea. It's more the execution that I'm concerned about. No, it's an execution.
It is tough to execute.
Okay, thank you for acknowledging.
Why don't you go do it on the Damn Sports Show with Corey and Wally? Give us a little proof of concept, and then we can go from there. How about that?
They would love to have you.
I gave you the proof of concept. You just don't want to have to.
Why did you give
Let's
us the proof of concept?
You want 2 guys to get something done around here. Corey and Wally, who I know you know very well, are going to get it done.
I forgot about Bob Horner yesterday, the old third baseman for the Braves.
That was only Packers.
Horner's Corner. Remember the big fella? Third baseman Bobby Horner with the Braves.
Bob is Bob.
Flowing blonde hair. Yeah,
Bob
I
is
remember.
Bob.
Bigger fella.
Bob is Bob.
All right, we'll have to hold off on Tausch's card game, not to be confused with Sheep's Head. But we do have to play a game, and that game is trivia. Jesse,
The
today...
Sheboygan community really got after me about not giving him a higher ranking in Sheep's Head.
It is a
Not
Sheep's
happy.
Head hotbed.
Yeah.
And probably was ranked lower than it should have been. Maybe a Wood County bias factoring in a little bit as well.
There was a Wood County bias.
Yeah.
Yes,
today's category is Badgers Trivia Tuesday. The Badgers host Miami of Ohio on Thursday night. Jesse, I can't ask Tausch this. Do you know the line for that game right now?
I do. 17 or 17.5, depending on where you're checking it out. I saw it at 17.5 at the Hard Rock on Saturday morning before our college game day preseason special.
Well, we can't take caller 17.5, so we're going to take caller 17 right now. Caller 17 to play trivia. 844-770.
So if the Brewers are ahead by 17 games, they would need to win it by 16.5, right? According to Homer, is that how this works?
I have not heard this. I would love to discuss this further with you, but I would love more to get a caller.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 17 plays trivia next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
The number one story for the Green Bay Packers this season is Cooper.
The best 60 minutes of your day happens on the Homer Hour.
He is the most likely to improve the Packers more than anybody else. He has the potential to improve more than anybody else on the team, including Jordan Love, because Jordan Love has shown us some greatness.
Weekday afternoons from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Okay, gang, we have to talk about the all-new ESPN app. The most live sports, the best championship moments, and so much more. Monday Night Football, college football, NBA, WNBA, NHL, NWSL, college hoops, volleyball, softball, gymnastics, lacrosse, the list goes on and on. Plus, shows like SportsCenter with SVP, First Take with Stephen A., College Game Day, the entire 30 for 30 library. It is all of ESPN, all in one place. Sign up now.
Milwaukee baseball was born in the Emerald City, but any ties to the Pacific Northwest were cut loose decades ago. Pella has an interesting history as well. Born in Pella, Iowa, but their century-long history of crafting quality windows and doors there continues to this day. Designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance, get long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Order by August 31st and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Hey, golf enthusiasts! Discover a hidden lakeside course in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin at Majestic Oaks. Tee off on a course with over 2 miles of lakefront where wide fairways and challenging greens await. It's an 18-hole golfing experience like no other. Join them for the best family golf nights in the state where everyone can enjoy the game together. Golf, cart, drinks, and snacks for under $15 a person, and several membership options for you to find the perfect fit for your lifestyle. Ready to play? Book your tee time today at LakeLawnResort.com. Majestic Oaks Golf Course, where your best game awaits.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves. Are you talking about the One collection? Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart. The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment. The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's. To find the Kessler's nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late-season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run September 15th through the end of the 2025 season, with tee times starting at $75 and stay-and-play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package requests early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Hey ESPN Milwaukee fans, Brian Balaga here for Surfside. Summer is heating up and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Made with real brewed tea and real vodka, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy no matter what your plans are this weekend. Look for the can with the sunset stripes, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
We'll keep you updated during the 11 o'clock hour on the Packers cuts. And Bill Huber, our go-to guy at SI.com, if you haven't followed him. He'll also point out questionable toasts to legends. Let's play some trivia. Let's welcome our contestant. It is Elijah in Poinette. Elijah, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good, thanks.
Elijah, just to be clear, so I get this right, is it the soft J, Elijah, or is it Elijah? What do you prefer?
Probably the soft J.
Oh, the soft J, like y'all game.
I was listening earlier when you guys were talking about the Isaiah or Isaac stuff. I get called all those names all the time.
Very biblical.
Pretty much.
What did Elijah do?
Yep.
Why do they call you Isaiah if your name's Elijah?
I don't know. I get Isaiah, Jeremiah.
Lamentations,
my brother's name's Levi. I get Levi a lot.
Okay.
Bob is Bob.
Yeah. My middle name's Cain. I know what he did. Yeah. There is a book of Elijah. I know that. I have not read it.
That's true. Well, I hope you're able to get 3 for 3 here today.
Nice.
Well, let's do Pteronomy trivia.
Thank you, Kay. Thank you,
that was not bad. Yeah. All right, we'll go. All right, let's start. It is not Bible trivia. It is Badgers trivia. Question number 1 is this. Wisconsin opens the season hosting Miami, Ohio. Is that how we're referring to them now, Jesse? Is that what they prefer? Not Miami of Ohio?
Yeah, Miami, Ohio. Usually they do the parentheses OH. Otherwise, you do the comma, Miami, Ohio.
Okay. Miami.
Or Miami University they also like because it's the U is the one in
Cradle
Florida.
Coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miami, Ohio, on Thursday night at Camp Randall Stadium. Which team does Wisconsin play in week 2 of this season? Is it East Tennessee State, Middle Tennessee State, or slightly off-center Tennessee State?
Let's go with East Tennessee State.
You know, Jesse, this is supposed to be a gimme. Middle Tennessee State. I know you were thinking, oh, maybe it is slightly off-center Tennessee State, but it's not. It is Middle Tennessee State.
SOT State.
Good work, fellas. Question 2 is this.
What if Tausch wants to ask a question?
No, Jason knows. Jason's got it. Vocal rest. We're keeping it tight.
He's got to call a game on Thursday.
Got a game on Thursday.
Question 2. Wisconsin has won 27 straight non-conference home openers dating back to 1995, when which ranked opponent came to Camp Randall Stadium.
Oh, I know this answer.
And notched a 43-7 victory over the Badgers.
Wasn't that close.
Hint, the game was played in prime time. Was that opponent Washington, Colorado, or Boston College?
Oh, jeez. Colorado or Washington? Let's go with Boston College.
No.
Jesse, stop laughing. That's not very
He
nice.
said, Washington or Colorado.
You can laugh at
Let's
me
go
if you want.
Boston College.
I don't know.
The game.
Hey, Jason, we can laugh. Laughing's fun. Laughing at a clown now. Laughing's fun.
We're laughing. We're not laughing with him, though. We're laughing at him.
I don't think he emphasized the hint enough.
Well, you said prime time. None of those games ring prime time
buffaloed
today.
us.
Prime time. I got it.
Yeah.
I'm a little slow. Yeah, I'm a little slow.
Oh, I thought it was Buffalo.
You got it.
We got Buffalo.
It was Colorado.
Fun fact, Jesse.
But
that was the first college game I ever suited up for.
Wow.
Do you still
Did they
have your
Stewart back then?
The box score said Coy Detmer was the starter that night.
Yeah, I know Rosga.
Oh, okay.
Tim Rosga, who was a great return guy and holder for us, his brother had a stripped one and went the other way. That kind of any hope that we had that finished it. So that was a tough night. You know what was irritating about that night, Elijah? All summer we're doing 2 and 3 days, and again, I am a young kid. I don't know jack about jack. We're doing 2-a-days, and it's hot, and it's miserable. And we saw Rick Neuheisel was the coach. And he's taking his guys whitewater rafting. They're going zip lining. And Coach Alvarez gets up. These guys, they're all doing this. They don't respect your blah, 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 blah. And next thing you know, none of it mattered. And we were all like, maybe we should have went whitewater rafting. Up in Crivets, up in Jesse's neighborhood. That was a humbling stretch for the old Wisconsin Badgers versus the Colorado Buffaloes.
Yes, the scoring started in the first quarter with Neil Voskerichian booting a 27-yard field goal. It was only 3-0 after the first quarter. And it was
those sweet throwbacks on with the sweet W's on.
Yeah, they looked like the Cowboys' alternate uniforms. Yep. Yeah, a little bit of a weird memory from that game. I remembered this. You know who had a touchdown catch in that game right before halftime? Noted murderer Ray Caruth. Remember him?
Hey.
Yep.
Way to bring the vibe of the show up. Wow. Nice job, yeah.
All right, question 3. He's got the first 2 wrong. Can I bring it any further down?
You know what? Nothing brings a mood up more than mentioning a noted murderer. Really well done, Jason.
Steve Rosga with your 75-yard fumble return for a touchdown. All right. Question 3, Elijah, and you're up.
Just for the record, he did not murder anybody that we know of.
He did not. Allegedly.
Right? Okay.
Not that we know of, no.
Sure
All right, question 3, Elijah, is this.
You're a beauty. You are a beauty.
Ray Caruth!
No, I understand. Nelly. Sometimes things don't need to be brought up, but I'll be honest, I didn't know that, and now I learned something. So not only did we get beat by guys that were out whitewater rafting and everything else, there's also a noted murderer that was on that team that scored on us.
Indeed. All right, Elijah, this is your last chance to get one right.
No.
Since 2000, only 3 FBS college football programs have recorded more winning seasons than Wisconsin. Ohio State and Georgia are 2 of them. Oh. Which of these teams is the third? Okay?
Yeah, there's a tough one.
It is. Is it Alabama, Clemson, or Oklahoma?
Ooh, tough question.
Yeah, very.
You're being sarcastic?
No, it's extremely
That's a very tough
No,
question.
I do not know this one.
So it's probably not Alabama, because that would be my first guess.
Too obvious. Yep. Okay.
Then Oklahoma. Let's go with Oklahoma. Oh, perfect.
Jason, you were very stoic. I was trying to read if it got it right, and you didn't really. You must be reading something else on your Jumbotron there.
The Jumbotron. Yeah, I don't feel great when someone goes 0 for 3.
That's a tough day.
And I don't think we did him a whole lot of favors.
I mean, he should have had Middle Tennessee on the first one, and we gave him a hint on the second one.
Listen, we're not gonna like. I understand the last two were tricky, but the first one was a layup. Elijah missed it, and you missed layups.
Yeah, I don't need a pity party. That's okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's a pro.
Why
He's
are you
done this
babying
before.
Elijah so much? Elijah, he's babying you. Like, this is part of the deal with trivia. If you don't do it, you're gonna get
Elijah. He didn't get one
you're gonna get a
right.
little criticism, just like Jesse toasting the wrong beer.
Well,
I still get one entry. That's all I need.
Yeah,
that's all you need. All you need is one.
First thing Elijah's gotten right.
Yep.
Read more about Elijah in 1 Kings chapter 18. All right, Elijah, we appreciate you. You got one entry. We'll see if it's enough to win on Friday. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, that's how Tausch felt in '99, I think, probably, huh? I think I might just hit the lake and go on a jet ski after this.
Well, everyone has priorities.
It's a really
good luck with
idea.
that. Tausch, maybe what
he meant 95.
He meant 95.
When he got steamrolled by Colorado.
I was going to say 99. We had a pretty good year.
Gonna go whitewater rafting.
It's weird that Barry Alvarez and the baby don't sound all that different.
I'm telling you, man, we were sitting in those meetings, and when he brought that up, all of us were like, boy, that would be nice. A little whitewater rafting during the middle of August.
Sounds like a good question for Barry next week on his show, if that backfired as a motivational tool. Should have offered you guys Coors Lights. That might have helped.
I don't know how legal that would have been when we were 18 and 19, but I'll tell you right now, as where I'm at, tailgating pregame. After a whitewater rafting trip, how nice is that? You crack open that Blue Mountains. Woo! Doggy, that's when you're having a great time. And Coors Light is there. Brewed with that 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it is made to chill refreshingly cold, just like that water when the Colorado Buffaloes were whitewater rafting. And only 102 calories. Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company at Golden, Colorado. That's probably where they were whitewater rafting. Golden,
just
Colorado.
Out of curiosity, to test your memory,
Sure.
What was the next game that season, and how did you fare?
East Tennessee?
No clue. No clue.
You tied Stanford at Stanford.
Tough one.
Yeah, I didn't make that trip. I'm sure you probably don't. Probably don't need. That was not a trip I made. But yeah.
Palo Alto.
We will make
Just
a
wait.
trip.
We had 2 ties that season because we tied the last tie. This is a fun trivia question.
Oh,
the last tie in college football history was versus the Fighting Illini, where they almost killed. Like they literally almost killed Darrell Bevel. Hardy and Simeon Rice almost
And Ray
killed Darrell
Carruth.
Bevel.
Okay.
So there were 2 ties that season?
I'll fact check that and get back to you in the 11 o'clock hour, which starts in 2 minutes. It's Wilde Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Listen up, gentlemen. You're fighting an unfair battle. Studies show testosterone levels in men have plummeted by 25% in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, your siding, your windows, or your bath project during the fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9.
Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into the Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Tausch. I'd like to get back on the clock if I could. So I just want to point out that Tausch's memory remains incredible. What a bizarro season 1995 was for the Wisconsin Badgers.
Yeah.
As you pointed out, a 3-3 tie with Illinois that left the Badgers 4-5-2 that year to end the season.
Won't see that anymore. Not going to see that happen anymore.
But you guys, you were very Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde that season. Because you got beat by Iowa, which you hate it when that happens, right? And Bulaga was probably a grade schooler at the time. But you beat Minnesota at Minnesota. You lost to Ohio State. You lost to Purdue. And you got, this is the one, you beat Michigan State 45-14.
Woo.
But that happened like a week after you got shut out by Northwestern?
Yeah.
What a weird year.
Yeah, it's a goofy year. That was when. That's the genesis of when I always tell you that when you have more than one players-only meeting, we set a record for players-only meetings that year.
35
I thought that was like a normal
nothing.
thing because it was. Huh?
You lost 35-0 at Northwestern.
Hard. Hey,
jeez,
hard.
It is hard. And that was a very hard day for you guys.
Were they clamoring for Barry's job the same way they are for Fickle this year when that happened?
No, I don't think there wasn't a young
radio
whippersnapper producer wanting to have a conversation about a conversation yet at that point. Not that we know of, anyways.
We should have a conversation instead about something that Jesse is good at, and that is prize picks.
Oh, yeah.
He is pretty good at prize picks, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I am very good at
Jesse,
prize
how'd
picks.
you do this weekend?
I forgot how. Oh, I did really well because we had the Avery Johnson free square for 0.5 passing
I had
yards.
a good hit. Yep.
So I had that. I had a couple of those in. I paired that with Freddie Peralta strikeouts. That went over, so that was a success on Saturday night. I had another 4-bagger for week 0. I went 4 for 4. I had a very good week, and not as good as you because you went a little more on it than I did, but I had a good weekend.
It's a fun deal, and you know what? We make decisions every day. And on prize picks, being right will get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks. There's still opportunities to get in on the season-long stuff. Jordan Love. I still think Jordan Love at 35-50, he stays healthy. I think he's in a good spot. But I got it all wrong last year, but I'm going to get it right this year. And it's simple. Pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. You get them right, you cash in. Prize Picks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more. Quick, easy deposits into your account this football season. They also offer injury reboots. One of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return. Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. Prize Picks is the best way to cash in this football season. You have your sports opinions. We all have them. Jason doesn't, but everybody else does. You have these sports opinions. Let's trust them. Let's see how it goes. Go on Prize Picks. Download the app today. Use that code WI. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that is code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
You should also run your game while you're at it. As Timothy points out in the YouTube comments, I didn't quite get there with my recap of the 1995 season. And I'm assuming, I don't know if you went on this trip or not.
I didn't travel at all.
But the Badgers went into Happy Valley and beat Penn State that year, too. And they were like number 6 in the country. Weird.
You beat Penn State at their place, but got shut out by Northwestern at home?
Northwestern, I think, won the Big Ten that year. Didn't they go to the Rose Bowl? Or was it the year before they went to the Rose Bowl?
Talking about some game from 30 years ago, man. Talking about a game from 30 years ago, man. Let's move on. Now, if you want to talk about the Penn State game, let's do it. But that Northwestern, let's move on.
We'll move on with more next.
Autry,
Tausch,
Darnell.
Wilde Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All the antics.
You know how many people pick their nose and then put it in their pocket?
No,
I guarantee
Chewy,
I'm not alone.
Out of here. You're telling me you pick your nose and put it in the pocket?
Not anymore, but I used to.
All the action.
As I watch this Brewers team, any given day,
any guy can deliver.
I had no idea that the
lineup was going to be something that they could hang their hat on.
The best of both worlds lives right here. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Milwaukee baseball was born in the Emerald City, but any ties to the Pacific Northwest were cut loose decades ago. Pella has an interesting history as well. Born in Pella, Iowa, but their century-long history of crafting quality windows and doors there continues to this day. Designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance, get long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Order by August 31st and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. My new friend Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
For the first time, you can stream all of ESPN all in one place. And guys, it's changed the game for me personally. All the best live sports, the most championship moments, studio shows, documentaries, and originals, too many to even name them all. Plus, all these great new features, like watching 4 games at once in multi-view, your fantasy team updates live in-game, Sports Center customized just for you. They thought of everything to make this the ultimate destination for fans. You gotta check it out. Sign up for the all-new ESPN app, like right now.
Joint pain makes it hard to enjoy anything when it comes to life, let alone the small things like getting out of bed or walking down a flight of stairs. Whether it be hoping it'll just disappear or feeling like you've tried every other option, let me tell you, you haven't tried them all if you haven't tried QC Kinetics. This is Brad Nortman, and I have to tell you about my experience when I visited QC Kinetics at the Greenfield location. It was incredible to see with my own two eyes all the tools that they have to get you feeling your best and get rid of that pain for the long term. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, and they have cellular therapies that's going to get that pain away for the long term and get you living your best life again. Your pain-free life is waiting for you on the other side of calling QC Kinetics, because there is your free, no-pressure consultation where you can be evaluated, put on a personal plan of pain relief, and be able to tell if you're a good candidate for QC Kinetics. Grab the phone now and call QC Kinetics for that free consultation. Call them today at 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC? Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trough offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrough.com. Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrough.com.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Wilde Tausch on 100.5.
I say, hey, I'll be gone today, but I'll be back from around the way. It seems like everywhere I go, the more I see, the less I know. But I know one thing, that I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you.
We are no longer hung up on a football season from 30 years ago, man. But the coach of that team is now spending every week with Jesse Nelson.
You ever wonder if Barry's like,
what am I doing?
What turn did I make? What turn did I take here?
How did this happen?
I should be whitewater rafting.
Is there a theme song to the Barry Alvarez show?
Oh, yeah, good question.
Yes, I forgot what it is.
Oh, great job.
It's going to make it hard to play now.
Yep, we'll have it next week. Yep, we'll have it.
Magnum P.I.?
Why would Magnum P.I. be the theme song to the Barry Alvarez show?
The Godfather would be good. Yeah, I mean, what plays as the show opens? What is playing?
All right, hang on.
This is the second year of this show that you guys have been doing.
Well, we changed it this year, so I don't remember. Give me a second here.
Is it Matt Carney?
Here is how, when we play the Barry Alvarez show, here we go. Here is how it starts.
They better get season tickets right now, because before long, they probably won't be able to.
It's all about the Badgers.
Don't flinch. The greatest coach in Wisconsin history is on the air.
It's over. The Wisconsin Badgers win 17-9. They are the first Big Ten team ever to win successive Rose Bowl games.
This is the Barry Alvarez Show.
Touchdown, Wisconsin.
On 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What are your emotions right now? Just like the old days.
Alongside Rose Bowl champions Derek Engler and Tarek Saleh, here's Jesse Nelson.
Jesse, I'll tell you what. There's no way Jesse wasn't going to get the big sound guy to reboot and get that done before the show started. There's some deadlines that got to be hit, and that's one of them. Hey, Jesse, not to be like a urinate in your Cheerios guy.
Oh, no.
But at what point during this season, because how many episodes are there of the Barry Alvarez Show?
Every week, 15, normally 20? On Mondays, we'll debut our shows each week this season. So we go through February.
Will you bring up one of the most controversial statements you've made? Will you bring up the fact that you didn't think Barry should have his name on the field? Will you bring that up to him?
No.
Wait,
course not.
what? When did I miss
Jesse
that
brought
show?
that up on. No, it was he said it, and I was like just kind of shocked.
This is not
that
one
he
of
said
my.
it.
This is one of my friends' takes that I shared with you, and I said,
Oh.
and I specifically
One of
said,
your-
I don't think I'll ever bring this one up on the air, but somebody I know
one
close
of
to
your
me
buddies.
said this, so
Okay.
thanks
So
for
this-
doing that. Appreciate
So this
it.
wasn't you. This wasn't you. That
No.
Okay. I don't know if I believe you, but we'll move it along. All right, fair enough.
Okay, so do you have the first of all? I don't know who did the imaging there, but great job, whoever did that.
Yeah, I did not do that.
really
I don't know who did it. I did not do it.
I figured as much.
Who did it? That was really
That's
good.
a classic whodunit.
It was really good. Secondly, do you have some
let me tell you
highlights
something.
from your conversation?
If Jesse did that, he would take credit for it.
He would have told you right away. yeah.
I thought
Hey,
about
I
taking
put
credit
this
even though I didn't do
together.
it.
Here's the open to the Barry Alvarez show. Do you have some highlights from your conversation with him that you'd like to share with us today?
Sure do.
As we get ready for the opener against Miami, Ohio on Thursday.
So last night, we did our show. It was streaming last night exclusively on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. We'll have a chance to hear portions of it throughout the course of this week leading up to kickoff of the game on Thursday night. But
Can I interrupt briefly?
Yeah.
We have an admission on the private talk and text line. Tier 1 Tyler has confessed to being the one who suggested that Barry
Tier 1
Alvarez
Tyler
should
is the
not
one
have
that
his
said
name
that?
on the field.
Oh boy,
Like he texted
Jesse,
to own it.
Jesse, what are the chances Tier 1 Tyler comes? Because I'm guessing not every week, but this show will be out at various establishments, and I don't know where that's going to be yet. What are the chances maybe on a bye week, Tier 1 Tyler comes out and addresses it with Coach Alvarez? Does that – because don't you think that would be dynamic radio if he did that?
Incredibly unlikely that we do that. Yeah, incredibly unlikely.
He does take full ownership, and I believe he believes he's right. We don't name fields after people who haven't won it all.
Oh, my
What?
God.
When I heard that, I thought that's a crazy take. That's a crazy take.
Tier 1 Tyler thinks. All right, I'm sorry. I thought that was important to interrupt with.
Yeah, that was a good interruption.
I would not like to address that any further. I would like to address what he talked about last night, if I may.
You may.
Tell your boy Tyler to stop texting.
Don't you have a game to get ready for? Shouldn't you be resting your voice?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of that game, so last night, what I wanted to have Coach Alvarez weigh in on was I don't want every game, every week this season for Badgers fans to become an indictment of Luke Fickell, one way or the other.
Okay.
Like Thursday night's opener, the game against Middle Tennessee, Alabama, and so on. Every game should not be a judgment of whether Fickell's the guy moving forward or not. So I asked Coach Alvarez, how do we avoid that? But then also, what does Game 1 mean in the scope of what this season will be for Coach Fickell and the Badgers coming off of what last year was? I thought he gave a pretty good answer. Here is what Barry Alvarez said when I asked him that question last night on the Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Madison.
I don't know how that all starts. It's a start of a new football season. There's no statement being made. It's a team that's going to come out and establish who they are and then go on from there. But to create this imagination that this is going to establish who Luke Fickell is or the future of this program, that's not right. I mean, this opening games can be very misleading. You want them to go well, and as a head coach, you hope that everything goes as planned so you can just move on through the season. But I've been through some games where you have to reload and start all over again and then recover. You have games before your conference. The conference is what really counts. And so I think that's really blown out of proportion.
Well, there you go. That's Barry Alvarez weighing in on that last night. Let's not judge the Badgers on what Game 1 looks like on Thursday night. Agree?
So, yeah, one of the things that Coach Alvarez always said was you make your biggest jump. But Jess, you can write this down because this will be a good little note, and I'm sure Tark and Derek will have this too.
Yeah, good idea.
You make your biggest jump from game 1 to game 2. He said it. If he said it once, he said it 100 times. And the thing with Barry is we didn't lose a ton of these. I guess if you want to call them some of the maybe softer underbelly of the schedule, we didn't lose a ton of those. Some would say that. I'm not going to denigrate. It's a softer underbelly, is what I like to say.
Because softer underbelly isn't denigrating at all.
And by the way, by no means are we saying Miami, Ohio is a cupcake this week. He made that very clear last night. Take this team seriously.
They were, again, it's just really tough to tell because everything moves so quickly now. There's 30 some odd different players on the Badgers. There's the Miami has got a ton of new players. It's really tough to make these judgments, but this is not your typical soft underbelly team. This will not be like this. This will be a good challenge for this Badger team. But I think Barry's point on this is that you look at this season, and there were times when we lost to a Cincinnati on the road, and you still would get, after the game, it's like everything is still ahead of you. I do think this season, and from a fan standpoint, I do think getting off to a fast start is really important this year. We've seen this the last couple of years, the first couple of years of Luke's tenure, and I don't think we've seen the throttling that we hoped that we would see in these early games. And then that narrative, whether or not you like it or not, the narrative is negative. And you want to have some positive mojo, especially knowing what's looming in a couple weeks. I think it's really important for this Badgers team to get off to a fast start and to look a certain way in doing it. Those are going to be the tests. So, yes, you want to win games. You want to, obviously. You're going to be judged, and you're going to be judged on how it looks. That's the way that this business works.
Really good insight there. Thank you for using up some of your resting voice to share that. That's great. I would also say that it appears, not to go back to the 1995 season, but it appears that first game was a fairly accurate depiction of what that team was going to be, as it turned out. That said, look, this is going to be a fascinating season for the Badgers. A couple of points in the YouTube comments from several people saying they are not at a point where they can take anyone lightly right now, and they're absolutely right. And I don't think Luke Fickell has his guys taking things lightly for this game. They got a lot of work ahead of them.
Here's what I can tell you for certain. There isn't anybody taking this operation lightly. Thursday night, there ain't anybody taking anything lightly. When you finish and have the season the way it finished last season, that is not going to be in anybody's mindset heading into Thursday night. I think we feel fairly confident about that.
Yeah. So we will see how that plays out. We want to get to Wonelli. Jesse, do you have one more clip that you'd like to play first?
Well, I don't actually have one ready. I don't want this to be...
All this time you spent with Barry, you had one clip?
We got more, and I thought that was the best one, so I'm going to play that one for you. I just don't want this to become... They beat Miami by 14, and they're up by 7 with 5 minutes left, and it's, this team isn't good enough. We got to talk about Fickell. Like... That's ridiculous if we're going to do that all season long. And that's
Jesse,
not fair
let me
to
ask
him.
you this, though. Let me ask you this. You're hosting the pregame show. You're hosting with Barry. You're not doing the postgame show. What do you think you'd be doing on that postgame show if we win a squeaker by 7? You're going to sit there and say, let's be rational, everybody. Da-da-da. You really think you'd do that?
Yes.
Yeah, you might be, but let's be honest, you'd be dealing with a lot of calls that would not be that way.
Yeah.
You definitely would be.
After each,
yes, you would be.
I think it's important for all of us to know going into each game, like when we're driving home and we're listening to Corey Sparks and Riley Yauk hosting ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day's post-game show, and we're calling into it, we're talking about how the team looks. that every game should not be an indictment on the head coach, and every game should not be a judgment of whether he's the guy long-term to lead the program. Like, that's not fair to him. That's not fair to the players. And quite frankly, it's not fair to the fan base if you're going to approach every game with that kind of monumental judgment, especially given the situation the team is in going into one of the toughest schedules in the country this year. So keep that in mind.
Oh, my God. Jesse, you are cracking me up today. You are cracking me up today. Because you know what I would love to do? You hosted the college game post-game a couple years ago, right?
Yes, for several years I hosted it, yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. I would love to go back. You know how you guys always get me and you catch me with check the tape? I would love to go back and check that tape of Fickle's first game with Jesse hosting college game day post game. I'd love to. I won't be able to, and something tells me neither will Jesse.
It is interesting.
Hey, guys,
I was not hosting it that year.
Let's be rational here. Hey, let's be rational here, boys. We're not... Like, all right.
The Buffalo game.
Hey,
Everyone
Jesse,
felt pretty good the Buffalo game.
Fans aren't meant to be rational. You are irrational, and then you come to grips a day or two later. I understand what you guys are saying. I totally get that. And that in a perfect world, absolutely. But it's not how it goes. You know that.
I do think it's interesting that two of our rising stars in the GKB galaxy are doing the post-game show and not Jesse. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it was scheduling conflicts. I don't know what the reasoning is. But we're basically putting it on Riley and Corey to take the potentially angry calls at times and putting it on them to calm down the irrational fans that Jesse would be calming down himself.
Wouldn't it be great, though? Because Jesse, now in this newfound rational world he's living in, he would be able to talk all these people down. And let them know that it's only one game. We shouldn't be doing this.
Hey, if anyone can talk about passing judgment too quickly on a coach, it's me. I think you all should listen to me more than anyone on that.
That's a fair point.
Lessons learned from Jesse.
All right, well, we'll see what other lessons Mr. Rational has for us coming up in Whoa, Nelly. Want to remind you, though, any rational person would look at Associated Bank and say, I can get Badgers checking, Packers checking, or Brewers checking. I get early pay. I get credit monitoring. I get fraud protection. I get the best customer service in the industry. I'm making the switch. That would be a rational decision. And if you want to do it, go to AssociatedBank.com. Makes it easy. Paula and I did it over a decade ago. It's been one of the best decisions we ever made. You'll feel that way, too. Again, go to AssociatedBank.com or stop in at a branch today. Whoa, Nelly is next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO-certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit LakelandSupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Kyle Brust-Nortman's Ben Brust here for Grimal & Associates Insurance. They do what anyone with a growing family, like myself, does. Protect what matters most. Grimal & Associates specializes in coverage that's tailored exactly to you. Clients aren't just policies. They're part of their community. Personalized American Family Insurance back service, expert guidance, and genuine commitment. Grimal & Associates focuses on building trusted relationships and providing peace of mind. The same values they've had for over 30 years in the Milwaukee area. Connect with Grimal & Associates at teamgrimal.com.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's, flavor is our family's business.
Is back pain slowing you down? When it comes to spine care, you need specialized expertise. At the OAW Spine Center, their orthopedic care specialists provide the highest level of care for everything from herniated discs to spinal fusion. They start with the most conservative, non-surgical treatments like physical therapy and injections. If surgery is needed, minimally invasive procedures at the OAW Spine Center will get you back on your feet faster. With a focus on treating the source of the problem, they take a comprehensive, active approach to spine health, getting you back to the life you love. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWspinecenter.com. That's OAWspinecenter.com.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Preseason football is underway and college football is here, so don't miss any of the action this season on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if you get your picks right, you could cash in and win up to 2,000 times your money. Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Prize Picks is the best way to win real money this football season. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Don't ever say it's over.
Before we get to Whoa Nelly.
Mr. Rational. Well, we got Mr. Irrelevant. Mr. Irrelevant's on, 3 days a week?
And Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 12:30.
I am going to...
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I think Mr. Rational needs to be the next Digi-only YouTube series with Jesse as the host. And we just have all these outlandish comments and things. Oh, the Brewers lost 10 in a row. No, we're good.
Calm down.
Good.
Relax.
Everything's good. Murphy's great. Everything's great. That's going to be the new show.
Packers losing Cleveland week 3. No. Let's all take a breath.
No, don't worry about it. Nope. Jesse, that might have been my favorite segment with you of all time. Because you knew and you still, oh my gosh, when it said, what would you do in the postgame? He had a 10-second pause before he's like, yep, that was beautiful.
Before we get to Whoa Nelly, the Packers, per Bill Huber and Tom Pelissero and others, have released Sean Clifford. That is not a surprise. The Packers have not kept 3 quarterbacks on the 53-man roster heading into the season in any of the last now 5 years. Thanks for putting the eraser up my nose on the video. They did it in 2020 when it was Rodgers, Tim Boyle, and Jordan Love. I believe they did it in 2018, which would have been Tim Boyle, maybe Deshaun Kaiser and Rodgers.
Wasn't Benkert in there somewhere?
No, but he was not on the 53. They brought him up a couple times, I believe. But the bottom line is they like to carry 2 on the 53 and then 1 on the practice squad. So the question
Yeah, well,
now
the new
is,
rules. Yeah, the new rules allow you to do that a lot easier.
So anyway, we will see who they end up bringing up. But again, according to, and it was Deshaun Kaiser and Tim Boyle in 2018. But since that year that it was Boyle, Love, and Rodgers, the Packers have not kept 3 on the 53. So that is not a surprise there. Time now for Wonelli.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde Tausch.
All right, we got a new subscription service we want to make sure Tausch is signed up for.
Okay.
The North Carolina Tar Heels, led by first-year head coach Bill Belichick, will be featured in a Hulu docuseries.
Who knew?
All season long. Hulu going to be the home if you want to see what Bill Belichick's up to as the head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels. Tausch, you got Hulu? You need to come over to watch that one?
Isn't Hulu part of the whole Disney app?
So there is a bundle with ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, and Hulu. So if you've got that one, you should be all set.
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm being honest with you, Jell, I don't know exactly which ones we're all in. I know the one we don't have, strictly on principle. But outside of that, I have no clue. And I think we're getting to the point where I believe everything is going to just get thrown into a big old pot. And you'll be back to the old days, and everybody can complain about how it's too expensive. Isn't that what's going to end up happening here? But as far as the Belichick, yeah, I am interested to see how his team does. I don't know if I'm interested, unless it's his girlfriend that is going to be featured as, like, running things. That dynamic would be intriguing to me, but I can't imagine Belichick's going to be super open with what he's doing with North Carolina.
Haven't heard much from her lately.
Yeah, she has been a little quieter.
Seems like a pretty good
more
idea.
Rational than I guess we'd want to see.
This is going to be a thing.
Which part?
The rational thing.
Mr. Rational.
Yeah, I don't really have any interest in Bill Belichick.
You had breakfast with him that time, though.
Dinner.
Had a great breakfast.
Yeah, we had a good breakfast too. Yeah, no, I'm not interested in watching that. I am interested in watching the Chiefs' Kingdom. I'm interested in watching Quarterback. I'm interested in the Cowboys documentary, and I am interested in. I'm sorry.
I definitely want to watch the Cowboys one.
I need to finish.
Incredibly intrigued.
And I need to finish Hard Knocks as well. All right,
Hard Knocks sucks. Hard Knocks has been terrible, hasn't it? Like I don't. Did you watch any of the Buffalo Bill Hard Knocks?
I have. I've watched the first 2.
You think it's good?
I like stuff that's behind the scenes.
I think after Rodgers and the Jets, Hard Knocks lost its luster.
You're entitled to your
with all the other, I think all the other stuff. I think when you start paying guys to go on there and doing it, they're going to do a better job than when they just show up and force you to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fair. That's probably right.
All right.
All right, we need to wrap things up. I need to tell you before we do, though, Gruber Loft says one call, that's all, 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666. That's the call to make if you've been seriously injured. I hope you never have to make it. But if you do, that's the call to make because you know you'll be best taken care of by David and his team. Go to the website, gruber-law.com, to find out more. More Wilde and Tausch to wrap things up next. Stick around.
This is
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Kyle Bruston Nortman.
That's trash.
That is trash.
That's really bad.
I'm Ricky Henderson in 1923. I want you to understand.
KBN.
The streak is over, but what they continue to learn about themselves
Is how real they are.
next man up, that man delivers. Andrew freaking Monasterio.
I mean, like, come on.
Kyle Bruston Nortman. Afternoons from 2 to 5 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night Show for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and football season is here. Are you ready to make money betting on sports? Are you ready to make a winning decision? Are you going to gamble for fun, or are you going to gamble for money? This year, make that decision that will build your bankroll all year long. Go to FatJackSports.com, and for less than $100 a week, make money betting on the games. That's FatJackSports.com. It's a personal portal. It comes to your email. It's hassle-free. It'll make you money. FatJackSports.com.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris talk to Emmy award-winning journalist Jamel Hill. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at IKEA.com/US.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Seem a little irrational, but we're already over time. We got to go. We will have all the cuts from today, and we will analyze those. For those of you who thought we were a little all over the map today, fair critique. But again, I don't think anything has happened as of now in terms of cuts that are big surprises. So we will see if there are any as the day rolls on. We'll have full coverage tomorrow. So make sure you join us. Thanks for coming along for the ride with us today. Thanks to Evan Cohen for joining us as well. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered with fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel. Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
It's a home run! But wait, is your roof ready for the big league storms? If your roof has more holes than a catcher's mitt, it's time to bring in the pros. At Avondale Roofing, we've been handling leaks, repairs, and full replacements with major league precision for over 30 years. And as a GAF Master Elite certified contractor, we bring top-tier quality and proven performance to every job. Whether it's a quick patch-up or full upgrade, our team steps up to the plate and knocks it out of the park every time. You're out! Don't wait till water's in your dugout. Call Avondale Roofing today and keep your home in the win column.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely.